What is up, my fine people from around the world? We are back here tonight again for another Toss One Back Thursday. So we didn't do one last week, and so now we're back here. So going to have a few things to drink, a few things to talk about. You can see Todd right there. Todd, hashtag no curtain Todd.
No
curtain. So we're about to get a little ripping going here, and hopefully you guys are having a great night. That being said,
boom shakalaka,
let's get into it. We're a week away from Thanksgiving. Can you believe that we're that close already?
I know. Crazy. Year's almost over.
Just like started picking up like out of nowhere, and then it's like, bam, you're at Thanksgiving. So do you guys get snow there too? Are you getting snow? Or are you about to get snow or something?
We're supposed to maybe get some flurries overnight in the morning. I'm not really sure. Where they said it could be some icy conditions possibly, but nothing major. I don't think any major accumulation. But hell, we had like 4 inches of snow last weekend.
Shoot, yeah, I haven't had snow here.
It was the best snow possible because the next day it was gone. Like it was by the afternoon, it was completely gone. So it was like not wet enough for it to stick to the ground, but it was enough to where, you know, must have just got that chain that come through and just right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was it last weekend? Weekend before. I had one hell with Beer Fest, so I'll talk about some of that stuff. Yeah, that was 2 weekends ago because we didn't talk. We didn't get a chance to talk since then. But for those that, if you didn't see the shorts, check them out. But that was a pretty good time. So I will say they brought out some pretty good beers here. And I had a little bit of a blast for sure. Mick's in the house. Cheers, Mick.
What's up, Mick?
Mick's up late over there in the UK. So right now for him it's Friday morning. So always great to have you, homie. And the World Cup starts this weekend, and it's Jesse for Chris. Yes. So over here they have all the different ads on about the World Cup. Kind of interesting doing it during Christmas season. So you got like John Hamm being Santa on the commercials here and stuff like that and everything. He's like, first one came out, it was like, that's supposed to be my holiday. What is this? You know, now he's all wrapped into enjoying watching the World Cup upcoming. I don't know how we're going to do this. I haven't heard anything about the American team. I feel like if it's not the women, we pretty much don't do anything. I don't know how good the men actually are.
All I heard was, and it must just be their warm-up jerseys that they're going to be wearing like rainbow-colored outfit.
For the first match or something, or for the whole time?
The World Cup in general, I think. But I think it's just their warm-ups. I don't think it's their actual uniform.
You've heard more than I've heard then, because I didn't even hear that. So I don't know. Interesting.
Could be completely wrong, though, because I did hear it on like talk radio. So I don't know if that, you know.
Yeah. Well, since we got Mick here.
Talking about doing it, or they are actually doing it, I don't really know. I haven't actually seen it either.
I've been watching the Premier League on the weekends, but since Mick is here, Mick's right over there in the UK where the Premier League. I guess Premier League takes a break for the World Cup, I guess. So it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. Dee Dee's in the house. Cheers, homie. What is going on?
Double Dee Dee.
Great to have you. Dee Dee actually came up this way and was going to try to connect, but he came up when he was coming up with the day of the Beer Fest, and he was, family, all kind of stuff. So it was kind of like a little tougher to get out there for that, but he saw some of the videos, and it was some good stuff going on out there. Good stuff for sure. Got to meet a few other people, which was pretty cool. And probably the coolest thing is I actually went to one of the breweries, and when the brewery owner actually knew who I was when I went up there, which was interesting. And he's like, Rajay, BeerVentures. So like, yeah, and I didn't realize, and I thought, well, he's probably thought that I had a hat on, right? I was thinking like that. He's like, no. He's like, I watch your stuff all the time. You and Greg, like the OGs. I'm like, oh, I mean, getting mentioned in a sentence with Greg Greg's Beer Reviews. I'll take that any day of the week.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So he's like, we got to get you some beer so you can check out some other stuff. But they had some pretty good beer that was there too. That was Pariah Brewing Company. So nice. Shout out to them as well. But a lot of good stuff. Met with the guy that does a lot of the PR and marketing for the Brew Association of Maryland. So I'm going to be connecting with him on some stuff, hopefully. And it was good. It was a good time out and started to really get my feet wet here in Baltimore.
State to state and overseas, you're well known.
Yeah. I'm trying to get that Beer Guy Fieri show. I'm just trying to get that off the ground and just like Triple B or whatever we'll have and be traveling to all the different beer places.
There you go.
Oh, see, JT's in the house. Cheers. Where y'all? We at the same spot we always at, homie. I'm in Baltimore. Todd's over in Indiana. So, yeah. And what's up, Sam? I'm doing too many Advent boxes in December. One of them straight. Barrel aged Imperial Stout. Good luck on that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you'll be feeling that.
That's actually going to be my second beer tonight. It's going to be the Sam's Club Advent beer box.
Oh, there you go. You started Advent box already. Put it away to December.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to drink one every single day. So now. It's in the fridge. How can you not start it, you know?
Get ahead of the
It's only the second one, so, you know.
Yeah, so the poll question out there starting the show today is, are you doing an Advent beer calendar for December? So 67 said no, 33 said yes. So if you haven't answered the poll question, feel free to chime in on that. And then also a Q&A, what is your favorite Thanksgiving foods? Because we are a week out from Thanksgiving. And this will be basically the last show of the month because next Thursday will be Thanksgiving. Yeah, so we're running out. Now, I may be live next Thursday night, depending on what I got going on here, just because we're going to dinner. But, you know, you got the family stuff and everything.
No, well, let me know if you do because we don't do our Thanksgiving until Saturday.
Oh, okay. Well, if we go live, it won't be an official Toss One Back Thursday, but it is possible.
So if you do, just let me know. I'll be home. I'll be around. As far as I know, we're not doing anything. She's actually has to work Thursday, which is why we usually have it either the Saturday before or the Saturday after. And the last 3 or 4 years, she's actually been off the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so we've done it that Saturday. So 2 days, you know, it's only 2 days. But it kind of works out nice because Thursday, it's like, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. Usually she's working. I don't have to do anything. And then nobody else has to come over and feel like they have to eat multiple meals in the day, you know, if they got other places to go. So it works out nice. Works out good.
Very nice. Very nice.
I plan on doing the smoked turkey again this year. I did it last year for the first time. Smoked one.
You said everybody loved it too.
Yeah. So Shani even asked me, and I thought that was kind of surprising. She's like, "You gonna smoke it again?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to." Unless it's bad weather's in the forecast or something,
But she likes your cooking. She likes when you do stuff like that.
But I will though, because it turned out really nice. And it was easy too. So.
No. It makes it, their Premier League stopped last week, which I caught some of the games last week. I know it was the last weekend for right now. Team retired and unacclimated the day before. There's some teams struggling there. We're coming back soon. I have stuff to fix at my stepmom's house. I don't just correct teeth. Okay, cool. Let me know when you're back up this way. So you're a handyman and a dentist. JT's drinking a mojito. Oh, feeling a little Floridian tonight, eh? A little Miami vibe. Throwing some Gloria Estefan. Joey in the house. What is up, STD? Great to see you, homie. Cheers. Wayne's in the house. What's up? Toss one back to the top.
Wayne.
Cheers, y'all. Cheers, my friend. Mick says, cheers to Joey, brother Mick. No Advent beer calendar, but I'm interested in the Hans Gruber Nakatomi Plaza Countdown. That's the ultimate Christmas movie, right? Nakatomi, the whole debate. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it not a Christmas movie? I mean, technically, he's trying to get home for his family for the holidays. So, for Christmas,
it's always
it kind of fits in. You have a little action in between there, but he's trying to get back and reconnect.
Right.
But,
it's always the biggest one of, is it or isn't it? It's always that one for sure.
I always say Die Hard's a Christmas movie, though. I think that's right there. Yeah. But then for Thanksgiving, I guess the only one I can always think about for Thanksgiving is Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. because Steve Martin's trying to get home for Thanksgiving, right?
I guess.
John I think that's a Thanksgiving when he's trying to get home for the holidays.
There really isn't one for that, really. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that one, but.
And the funny thing about next Thanksgiving, next week, for all that became a fan over the years, Christmas Story, the sequel comes out next Thursday, I think.
Part 2. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I was like, Ralphie's all grown up. So, yeah, I'll have to tune in to see how that is for the movie they just did.
I don't think Shannon has ever seen that from beginning to end in one sitting.
How? How do you get up and leave?
She goes, I think I've seen the whole movie. I've just never seen it like in completion from beginning to end. I'm like, that's not American. He should have seen that in life.
You need to sit down and watch this movie.
Especially when you play 24 hours on TBS or whatever, TNT or TBS or whatever it is.
Wayne said, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is. I think it is for sure. I think I'm going to have my wife grab 12 random out of my fridge and have reviews it. Right. Hey, there you go. Make your own advent calendar, right? That's a good idea. I have enough beers here. I could do that too. Yeah.
I've seen people do that before. That's a good idea.
Yeah. When you got them there, just have fun with it.
Right.
Now a machine gun. Ho, ho. Yeah. Die Hard. What's up, Brandon? Cheers, my friend.
What's up, Brandon?
So I'm going to crack open a beer here. So I'm going to actually crack open. I'm going a little bit of a throwback. Well, it's that throwback, but I'm going with the Allagash White right here.
Nice.
So, yeah. Crack this one open. And had them laying around the fridge. I was like, somebody needs to drink that. Okay. I volunteer.
That somebody is you.
Yeah, I'll take one for the team. I thought about cracking up. My wife had some White Claws in there. I thought about drinking those, and I'm like, I'm not doing those yet.
Ain't that desperate yet.
She couldn't even finish them all. She's just like, she's left them in there, like left them behind. I'm done with them.
Dead soldiers.
Ralphie would be in his 80s by now. No. When Ralphie was a kid, Ralphie
in the 80s, wasn't it, right?
Yeah, no.
80s. And he was like, I don't know, he probably was only 10 then, if that, wasn't he?
When he was recalling the story as a kid, I'm thinking that had to be like...
Oh, Ralphie. Yeah. I was thinking of the brother.
I was thinking that was kind of like the 50s. When Ralphie would have been a kid.
It took place then, but it didn't actually come out.
No, it came out later in the 80s when it was made.
Yeah.
But when they're going back with older Ralphie right now, it's set for the 80s. It's not set for now. So he'll still be, the time frame is going to be the 80s, which is another thing I'm interested to see how they do with some of the nostalgia. Because remember, when they did the movie in the 80s, it was set in the 50s.
Right.
So this is only going to be like 30 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's supposed to be in it, isn't he?
He's the main star. Everybody's in it. A lot of people, well, the dad's not because he's dead, Darren McGavin. Right. But I think a lot of them coming back that are alive and stuff that are in it and stuff. Right. So
yeah, I'll be interested to see how it's going to go.
See if Flip tries to poll again.
You know he will. Just be like, does it still work if you do it? You know, some along those lines. You know, it's still going to be in there somehow or another.
Verdict not good. I'm sorry. I'm going to disagree, Joe. He's a Christmas movie. He's trying to get home to his family.
I think it is too.
He's reuniting with the family after being separated from them. It's definitely a Christmas movie. That's the main reason he's coming back is because of Christmas.
And here's the beer I'm drinking.
Ooh. Lagunitas, Wild Eyes. Did that just come out again?
No, so...
Or we came out earlier this year.
That liquor store I go to does closeout beers. And a lot of times...
It came out from earlier this year then.
Yeah, I would assume that it is.
From the winter, okay.
It only comes out once a year, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. I can't remember if it came out towards the back end or in the beginning.
But I've seen it floating around on Facebook and stuff again where stores have them. So I don't know if they came out with another release of it or... Yeah. But anyway, what does this normally cost, a 4-pack? Do you remember offhand?
Usually a 4-pack of that, if I remember correctly, I'm going to say $14 or $15.99 or something in some spots.
Wasn't that big of a deal then?
Yeah. Wow. What did you get it for?
I paid $12.99 for
That's
4-pack.
not bad. Yeah.
No. But I was thinking I was thinking it was more than that, but being Lagunitas, I figured it probably wasn't.
They're usually pretty price conscious, so
you're right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it actually came out a second time this year, or if this was from the beginning of the year. Because I remember having one of these at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But you've been to that store and he hadn't had them before, so it would be kind of weird for him to put them out now.
No, I don't normally go to that store unless I follow him on Facebook, so he'll post like new offerings on closeouts or whatever. And sometimes they're interesting beers, even though I know sometimes they're IPAs that are a little older than usual, but they're still pretty good.
Yeah.
But you can get like a case of for like $14.99. So like, what are you losing? Even on like the IPA stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So when they had this, I was like, well, I'm gonna go get it because I thought $12.99. I thought, well, I don't think that's a super duper deal, but it's cheaper than normal. Is what I was thinking. So I wish I'd have actually picked up more, but it's about a 4-pack.
Yeah. Well, you still winning. It's still a damn good beer. So
Especially 13%. I knew even if it was a closeout, I didn't care how old that thing was. But what I was going to say is I saw pictures of a different liquor store over in Louisville that was carrying them also. Somebody posted pictures of them. So that's what makes me think if it did reappear again or they still had some in stock from when it first came out. I don't really know.
Let me see if I see anybody doing Untapped here. Coffee stout. I mean, I've seen people post like 17 minutes ago. Oh, someone just posted one from 2018 actually in their picture. I mean, it could have.
And it's always hard to tell. It's always hard to tell the barrel age, high ABV beers because they could be, people could be sitting on them and drinking them at random times. So.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think because I had 2022. And I thought I did at least. Let me look at my Untapped for.
Let me check mine out too, because I'm pretty sure I had it also. Maybe I didn't.
The thing that's throwing me off is your label. I think I had that color label last time I had it, but
yeah. So I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty sure it came out early in the year.
When you have so many beers, it's hard to keep track of them all.
That it is.
Where are mine? You have it?
Not yet.
2020, 2019, 2018. No, I guess I did have it for 2022. Yeah, did I have one here? The 2020 had the dark label, so maybe I'm thinking of that.
Yeah. Well, 19 also.
Let's see, when did I have it? It was December, so I got it when it came out. So this is that time of year for it. So I think you got the new stuff.
So maybe it is the new one then.
Yeah. Because when I had it last year, I got it right there when it came out. But Joey's trying to debate there. Said it's a movie that's Christmas event. It's not a Christmas movie. Now, see, for that, I would say, okay, that would be like Lethal Weapon. The first Lethal Weapon is set around Christmas time, and that has Christmas events, but that's not a Christmas movie.
Which one?
Lethal Weapon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But he's trying to say Die Hard would be kind of that way as well, but I think that's different.
I mean, I guess people could argue with Gremlins too, even though it is.
Well, Gremlins is a Christmas movie. He's getting a Christmas gift. That's what the Gremlin is.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I mean, just because of the Gremlins, since they had multiple movies of it, people would say that it's not. But I don't know.
It was a bad Christmas gift.
Right.
Got to read the fine print. As Trump would say, it probably came from China. Peter Billingsley, 51 in real life. Yeah. I mean, he can easily do the role there. And I'm interested to see how it actually pans out. Having a cold style ale from Tetrad brewing here in Greenville. Nice and crisp. Nice. Yeah, Kolsch is a nice style I like to enjoy once in a while. I like it more in the spring. I mean, I could drink it any year round, but in the springtime, that nice crisp feel to it. Or in the summer when the heat's hitting on you. Can't beat a nice Kolsch at times. John Pierre in the house. What is up, John? I think his team was the only team that won last week for the NFC East that I've saw stuff on. Right? Well, not the only one because the Redskins beat the Eagles, so right, NFC East, but Cowboys lost, Giants won, but I think Washington's the only people count on, so I guess, yeah. Although they may be selling under new ownership, apparently.
So they're going to stick with Heineke for the quarterback, too. I think Wentz is maybe supposed to come back this weekend, but.
Yeah. He was 8-41, so he'd actually be in his 9. Well, but the movie's set to be in the 80s. It's not being set in today's time, so I think JT thinks it's going to be like 2022. No, it's going to be 1980 something, which would be still 40 years. So he'll still be about the same age of 51. The early 40s is when it was then. I knew it was like something because the vehicles made me think of it being like in the 50s or so. Hey, John. Quarterback secure. Oh, let's see here. Having nothing tonight. I'm on comic book auctions. I need to be sober. One more to go. What are you trying to get there on the comic book auctions? Sounds kind of curious. Lagunitas Imperial Stout was still available. Yeah, that was a nice one from Lagunitas too. The Imperial Stout, definitely a nice one there.
They definitely not many of their stuff that I don't like, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially for price.
See, John Pierre, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so there you go. Like The Preacher's Wife, Whitney Houston, Denzel, that's a Christmas movie. Yeah, that one was Christmas. I've never seen that one though, but I know it was set around Christmas there too.
I don't think I've ever seen that either.
I really did that 15% barley wine I have in the fridge, but I have to work tomorrow, so clean it Christmas tonight. Hey,
do what you gotta do.
You do what you gotta do, right? You can handle it, I'm sure.
Just have one. You just have
one. Just one. He's just gonna have one, you know. Yeah, 15%. I was kind of, during the beer fest, I was living around some of those beers in that level. There were some pretty decent ones. They got up in some of the ABVs. Didi put one in the post. Like, you drink anything under 7%? I'm like, yeah, I like water at times. I mean,
might drink a Miller Lite or Bud Light every now and again. Yeah, too.
But no, the ones that really jumped out was from Cushwood Brewing. And they had a mixed raspberry cheesecake crepe sour. Try saying that after a few beers. And that was yeah. And that was good. We got the last batch of it. Me and another person, I split it with them because it was like the last one they had, and it was just freaking tasty. It was
raspberry. What was it again?
It was I go back and read the whole thing again. Raspberry cheesecake crepe sour.
Crepe. Okay.
Yeah. It's in the video. It was like drinking like a liquid cheesecake factory. It was rich. It was tasty. It was just had everything going on. It was an ultimate sour. It was ultimate sour on that one. So, but Cushwood Brewing does some pretty good beers, I found.
Was it mostly local stuff, or you want to say local but statewide stuff?
Yeah, I mean it was all over Maryland basically that were the main stuff there. So yeah, with the Brew Association. So had stuff from Cushwood. We had there was Oliver Brewing who was there. A couple places I hadn't had before, like Maryland Beer, 1923 Brewing. They had that maple doppelbock that was really good. The one I didn't share a short so because I drank it and didn't record it because it was so good was Pickett Brewing, which is like half a mile from me. They had a black IPA that was pretty solid.
I'll see a lot of those.
Yeah, they're I'm seeing a couple of them more now around here, but yeah, they're definitely not as big as they were a few years ago.
Yeah, I kind of went that. Yeah, I kind of hit that rotation where, kind of like the, I guess this is the sour IPAs. Is that what it was a couple of years ago? Where everybody's trying to do like a sour version
of the IPA. Well, you still get sour IPAs still being out there. It was the brewed IPA people were trying, which was like
I don't think it took off like they were hoping or they thought it would.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky.
It does go in stages for sure.
Yeah.
Or something hits, and then you see it for a little bit, and then it kind of goes away.
I think if you're a IPA fan and you're a stout fan, then the black IPA works because you get that coffee feel on the back or chocolate feel, kind of, depending on how they do it with the IPA feel. I mean, you're switching the malt stuff up, but you can have a nice balance come out of it. But some people aren't, fans of both of them. So, but I think you have to be a fan of both to really get that flavor to enjoy it. But the sour IPAs I like. I like some of the sour IPAs I've actually had.
I think more of it just screws with their mind than it does anything. Because you're expecting one thing by the looks of it, and then when you taste it, it's completely different. You know what I mean? Like, you see the dark beer thinking it's going to be a stout-ish type beer, and then all of a sudden it's an IPA bitterness or whatever, and you're like, oh.
Well, yeah, the white stout, too, that throws people off.
Right.
Yeah.
That definitely does me, for sure. Not to the point where I don't like them, but it's definitely a mind fuck for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing with tasting beer. The whole process, it starts with your vision and how you kind of see that there. And then it goes to like the aroma, and you see like a white stout, you're getting like the notes of a dark stout off. I'm like, what the heck? What am I drinking? Like, it throws a little confusion into the system. Then you taste it. It's like, what is going on right now? So, yeah. What is happening right now? It's like what's it called? Hangover. So you just Dovetail frequently has Kolsch service nights, or they only serve Kolsch in sponge glasses. Nice. I actually I used to have one that actually broke before we moved, but I need to get another sponge glass. Found me there in tap rooms, very cool. I usually go to Bird's Fly South Brewery, like the Blueprint IPA with guava and Empress Rising. Great pork belly tacos next door. I would tell you, if you've never had a pork belly taco, and I've only had one, like, for the first one I've ever had was like a couple years ago. When you first experience it, and if done right, it's just like, why has nobody ever told me this existed? It was just one of those things that kind of blows your mind. It is so freaking good to have a pork belly taco. And we got a Chinese place here where they do like pork, like, it's not like dim sum, but it's like the same kind of dough as dim sum, but they use pork belly in there, like a little mini like slider type thing. Those things are good.
I've never had a pork belly taco, but I've had it on like burgers and stuff.
Yeah,
it's a whole nother level too in itself.
I'm pretty much like, give me all the pork. Give me all the pork. I'm okay, pretty much. I don't know if I want the snout, but most of the pork I'm okay with.
Now in the hooves. I don't the hooves either.
You go to the church and say, you ain't supposed to eat pork. Well, I don't want to go to your church anyway.
Pork, you have your church.
It says in the Bible you can't eat pork. Well, that's why I don't read the Bible.
Another reason.
Didn't God say ignorance is bliss? Stay ignorant, I'm really enjoying black IPAs and red IPAs at the moment. Yeah, I love a good red IPA. Or red ale, but a red IPA too. We don't get a lot of those getting made as much as we used to as well.
Does the Celebration IPA, is that classified as a red IPA?
Ooh, that might be a red IPA. With Celebration's a good one to get every year too.
Yeah, I saw those come out a week or so ago.
Yeah, they were out at least a year. I saw them come out like probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Like,
yeah, as I say, it might be closer to a month now.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple weeks since we've been on.
There's Christmas ales. I mean, I've seen like 2 weeks ago, I was in one of the stores and they already had like the Anchor Christmas bottles out. Great Lakes had their Christmas ale out.
I think I've seen
stuff. They're all over the place with Christmas beers now.
I was gonna say, I think I've seen pretty much everybody's got their Christmas stuff out now, I believe.
Yeah, they're all over. Hockey, man, I haven't watched much of hockey now. When I used to live in Cincinnati, we had one of the IHL teams we used to go to for a while, the Cyclones. And I used to watch a little bit here and there, but I don't usually watch it as much. I don't know if you watch hockey that much at all, Todd, or
I'm not a huge fan of it. Watching it on TV. I like to go to and watch it.
yeah.
Kind of the same way with soccer. Like we went to that pro soccer. Louisville's got that. I don't know, AAA soccer team. I don't know what you want to call it. Right below the big boys.
Mm-hmm.
And we really enjoyed it. But I can't say I don't watch it on TV because I do every now and again. It's just I don't know. It's just I think it's one of those sporting events like hockey. You almost have to be at the game. One with hockey, I just don't think the cameras can keep up with the action fast enough with hockey.
No, with the puck and everything flying. Yeah.
It's not quite as bad with soccer, but I don't know. It's the crowd and stuff that and everything going in with the soccer. Just being there is just a whole different experience than watching it on TV.
Yeah, I would say the same. Like hockey and baseball that way. Kind of like being there is definitely a different lift to the experience.
Yes.
Because I can have fun at a baseball game going, but watching on TV, I watch it in and out. Like even watching the World Series recently, it was kind of like doing this, doing that, but it's hard to just stay focused in the whole time on it,
Right.
Honestly, the only thing I really stay focused on sports now, like usually like college football, if I'm into the college game, and then college basketball, because NBA sometimes you lull out of that too. And then really after that it's like the soccer from overseas, like Premier League. Watching them games are pretty intense. I can sit there and watch that whole game and be entertained the whole time watching the teams play. And part of it is the action on the field, but the other part of it is just like the whole crowd interaction.
Right.
And like all the singing and the party and all that kind of stuff, and just some of the stuff they do, like, it's just hilarious. So
I find it great. See or hear on TV.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. College basketball for sure. NBA, I can take it or leave it. I might watch it during the playoffs, and I might watch a game here and there, but I just don't. To me, I almost compare like the NBA that's like NASCAR. You don't have to watch it until the last 10 laps of the race.
Yeah.
NBA, you don't have to watch it until the last like 10 minutes of the fourth quarter because they don't try until the last, the fourth. Till the end, like up until that point, it's just up and down, like street ball or at the YMCA type basketball or whatever. Until the end, where they have to defend or lock up a little bit, and then it gets a little more enjoyable. But
yeah, I would say because I went to the Indy 500 one year. Being there was totally different than I ever imagined. Like watching on TV, it's definitely a different feel when you're actually there, like the excitement and stuff like that. Yeah. Sam says, anything pork is the bee's knees, right? That's right. I got some bacon there I can make this weekend, too. I do love some bacon. DD Birds Fly South is great. Hope to have them on our podcast soon. Let me know the next time you're in the area. See if we can grab a pint. There you go. That's what it's all about, making connections. After you eat the pork belly, the other time it'll taste like crap. You wonder why you bought them, right? It changes your experience. When you have that pork belly taco, it's just like, if I go to a place and they have pork belly tacos on the menu, it's a taco place, I'm probably going with the pork belly unless something else magically grabs my attention now. But you don't want the beef, you don't want the chicken, you don't want the carnitas, you want that pork belly. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Pork belly, anything.
Yeah. It's just so good going down. Eugene Porter by Revolution. I have not had a Eugene in a while. So there's solid beer from them. Celebration, first time I had it was like drinking liquid pine trees. Hope my palate has changed now. Yeah, it's a decent one. It could take a little bit of warming up too, but keep trying. Get back up on that bike.
Don't give up. Cheers. Never give up.
I just don't think of watching NHL into the playoffs, JT says. Yeah, I mean, there's so many games. It's kind of like you don't feel like kind of what Todd said, that urgency until it's like maybe the playoffs or something, or if it's late in the game or something, maybe. Yeah. First time I had Empress, I was sleeping like a baby. I couldn't finish the can. Drank the rest the next day. Not going to waste it. Not going to waste it.
So, according to Untapped, I don't know if you said this or not a while ago, but Celebration, they just listed it as an American IPA.
Okay. Yeah.
I would think it would have been like a red type IPA. I don't know.
Sometimes what you have with Untapped.
Red can, maybe, I guess, but.
Well, it's a Reddit shell, but the problem you have with Untapped sometimes is they put it in and somebody puts it in there, and sometimes all the stuff isn't fully correct. I've seen on there too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's why people had to put in edits to make sure they get stuff changed. Mal in the house. Cheers, Mal. Great to see you, my friend.
What's up, Mal?
CT says, "Hey, Mal." Says, "Hey, James." Currently watching Hurricanes versus Avalanche, waiting for the fight. It's like watching a race, waiting for the crash. So yeah,
Right.
There are certain things that are in there too, and yeah. So I was going to say, I said earlier, since this is the last official Thursday of the month here for people that if you want to come up and talk about your beer channels or whatever, let me know and I'll get you a link to come on to. Wayne, Mal, you guys want to come up here, talk about some stuff, feel free to let me know. Let's see here. And Mal says hello, hello. And perfectly. And but I love the Stanley Cup tournament. Sometimes I watch games every night in May and June. Anchor's Christmas Ale has been out. Big bottles and little bottles. I've seen both already out. Yeah. Everybody's got to get a jump on everybody else. So they come out quickly now with the Christmas stuff. Now, so
I think they were coming out before Halloween, I believe. If not, some of them was.
Yeah. I'll shoot you a thing here in a second, Mal. We'll get Mal up here for a bit. And let me see. I got to pull up her, shoot her the details. While I pull up her details, I ask you, Todd, because I put the question out there, and anybody's kind of thought about it or answered it, but what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
My favorite Thanksgiving food would be, I would assume that we always have, because we usually have the same thing every year for the most part. For me, probably one of them. Let's see, dude. Probably the dumplings.
Dumplings.
Shannon make like turkey and dumplings.
Oh, I forgot she does like some turkey. She's the only person I know that has done that. I forgot she mentioned that before last year. Like
and she does it all from scratch. She makes it all from scratch. So I was gonna say either that or I was gonna say the mashed potatoes because that's all done from scratch and homemade mashed potatoes, whatever, and they're always really good. But
you can never have too much mash.
Loads and loads of butter and cream and all kinds of stuff that can get you clog your arteries and make you die the next day. But like, if you're gonna go out,
bring it. You're living the cousin Eddie's lifestyle there. Bring it all on.
I'll have some of that green stuff, some of that blue stuff.
And Mal, check your Instagram there. Way big best thing for beer in my area. Christmas season, all the big Imperial beers coming out now. There you go. Yeah, they're all coming out. We'll talk about that here in a second too and stuff. Shout out to Bri. What is going on, Bri? Cheers, homie. And thank you for the super chat there and doing well. And hopefully you are too. Bri's also over there in the UK, so he's up late doing some stuff there. I don't know if you're working right now, but appreciate you dropping in the super. And let me give you the full salute to the thank you on that, my friend.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money.
Appreciate you. That goes right to the beer fund for some more stuff to bring to the channel. So great having you. And our latest superstar to join the panel we have here. I saw you styling her profile, a little Ric Flair there for a second. She's getting the hair already and everything.
Trying not to look a mess for you, Rod. Anytime,
What is going on? How are you doing?
Doing great, thanks. We've been having a blast. Actually, I don't know how many folks have heard, but Hop Butcher actually opened their first location on Thursday last.
Nice.
And we filmed there on Tuesday. So,
all right. Yeah. I knew it was getting close. I know Dave Beerfront's been anticipating James here. He's been anticipating Big Daddy. He's up there as well in Chicago. So, glad to see they actually have opened up finally and people can actually come in there because it was funny when I was getting beers from them. People were like, how are you getting beers? I'm in Chicago and I can't get beers. Like, I don't even know where they're at right now. So now people can go and celebrate.
honestly, anytime you go to a Benny's, you can only get one, maybe two hot butchers total, even though they have, 12 or so that are out at a time. So, but it sells out so fast, it's impossible to get a hold of. So has been a lot of fun for us trying to fight our way into the hot butcher circle.
So Benny's only carries like 2 at a time?
No, they sell out too fast to keep up.
Okay, gotcha. Jeez.
Yeah, you gotta have a connection to be able to get it there, probably. Like,
well, we did our filming on Tuesday, but we haven't done the interview with the owners yet. So, one of the managers, I've emailed him so we can set up the interview with the owners. And I found out how the shipping out to other brew tubers has been working, which has been interesting for me to learn. Because, there are some other brew tubers who are getting shipments. So I found out how that all worked. So that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, it's super fun. So we're going to hopefully be interviewing one of the owners within the week. And then the video will come out in a couple weeks.
Nice. Yeah, I used to be on that list. And then when we moved to Baltimore, I haven't seen anything from them this year. They haven't sent me anything. But I don't know if they're able to at Maryland or something as well. So when I was in Ohio, I was...
You never know with state lines. It gets a little foggy.
Yeah, for sure. A little sketchy at times.
Yeah. But I believe when there's a will, there's a way.
We sent 2 packages to Canada, which was super exciting for 300th, the giveaway that we did for the 300.
Okay,
we sent 2 packages up to Canada, one to Nova Scotia and one to Ontario, and they both made it. We told FedEx for sure that there was soda in the box, and they didn't question it. So I guess that worked.
Yeah,
you can got their packages.
Yeah. There's different things you can do. It's funny. The easy thing, I mean, not that I would ever do. The easy thing I've always heard was, you print your labels at home. You just drop like at the UPS. You just drop it off at like one of the FedEx places there. UPS does? What's the UPS store?
UPS.
And you do the label at home with the weight. You just drop it off. They don't care. They just go ahead and take it and ship it.
That's a true story. You don't have to tell them. That's what I usually do. I'll print it off on the computer and then I'll just take it and drop it in. Or since we have UPS and both UPS and FedEx come into work all the time, I'll just take a package and have the driver that comes and gets our packages and it just takes the whipping. That works too.
Or if you got an Ace Hardware, as Todd found out one time, even if they open it, they're still cool about it. So
I don't know. All locations do that.
I got them all that were in there, but yeah.
Well, Chu and I have had the channel going for a long time, but we haven't ever done beer mail. That's not something we've ever tried. Like, we've heard other people talk about it. So this was our first time, and it wasn't like beer mail. It was people who won the drawing, so they were winning things. So we were kind of flying blind, and we walked in and they were like, oh, we need an itemized list of everything in there. And I'm like looking at them going, do you know how many coasters were in there? Because I don't. How many stickers were in that package? I don't know. So that was fun.
That was probably because it was international. They were asking that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, they were very specific. They wanted an exact list of everything, and I know we did not get those lists right. There's no way we got those lists right.
Most people don't really care. They're just asking the questions to check the box. So
she just shouted from the other side of the door, "Whoopee cushion!" Because we had to list on there that we sent a whoopee cushion to someone. Direct Brewing Company up in Minnesota, they had whoopee cushions with their logo on it, so we purchased one as like a gift. Ooh, White Castle stuffing is the best.
So I don't know if Big Daddy was just throwing that out there or messing around or what. So the question on the chat was your favorite Thanksgiving food, and he put White Castle stuffing.
It's so good.
I've never had it from White Castle. I never knew White Castle was held to that high regard for stuffing, but apparently it's something there.
Don't tell Chu, because this is one of my ex-boyfriends, but his dad made the best White Castle stuffing. Like, you take it and you crumble it up just like you would breadcrumbs. But you crumble it all up and then you make it into stuffing and put it in the turkey, and it is so
What do you crumble on that? I just think I thought you went to White Castle and he's got stuff in.
No, you just bust that stuff up and stuff it up in a turkey.
Is it White Castle meat?
Yeah. No, the whole like burger and everything, I think.
It's the burger, it's the meat and the bun on and the meat and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like some biscuit and gravy type stuff.
Oh, it's so good. It's amazing. I can hear Q saying things in response to me downstairs, but I don't know what he's saying.
You said you would bring his name up again.
He's shouting things downstairs.
So I'm actually going to crack open one here that I don't know, the unboxing, and Dean from Dean's Beer Review thought was pretty interesting. So this is from Avery Brewing, and they actually came out with the Kaiser, which is an Imperial Oktoberfest.
Nice.
So you rarely ever see an Imperial Oktoberfest beer. It's only 8% ABV, so it's not huge, but
I think it's also the first time in cans, isn't it?
That I've seen, yeah. So this is I got the 6-pack of cans at one of the local spots, and actually it was like $6.99, I think, for the 6-pack. Because they had to clear the shelves for stuff. So it just came out like end of September or end of August, beginning of September. And I'm like, well, that's going to be fine. I mean, $6.99? Sure, I'll grab a 6-pack of that. You know, I love finding a good deal. Todd knows this.
Trust me, Rod, you're not telling us anything we don't already know.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the unboxing. I did the unboxing with the Epic beers that I got. $8.99 a bottle. That came out originally $28.99 last year, but they were bourbon stouts. It was like, I asked the guy, like, is this for real? Because these are like still a good thing. He's like, yeah, we got to clear it off because we're getting the new stuff in.
Did you buy them all?
I said, well, let me help you out. I'll go to get some for you. So what is your favorite Thanksgiving food then, Mallory?
Oh, I live for desserts. I do the dessert train all the way. My granny, who was the matriarch of my family, she was from Arkansas. So everything was cooked with lard and, proper. She passed away 2 years ago, but when she did, she left each of us, several of us, a tin box of her recipes. Mm-hmm. And only 3 of those recipes were savory recipes. Everything else was desserts because she was just as obsessed as I am. So I go for ginger snaps, pecan pie, vinegar pie. Oh goodness, there's a lot of really good ones. But she did pumpkin pie with an Oreo crust, which was really interesting. So you have that kind of Oreo flavor in the crust, and then you have the pumpkin. It was lovely. Yeah. So she had so many wonderful dessert recipes, and I live for desserts at Thanksgiving.
What is a vinegar pie?
I was going to say the same thing. I'd never heard of that before.
Thank you.
I feel like that's something to clear out the system or something.
Sorry, that's a down south Arkansas style recipe, but it only has a tablespoon or 2 of vinegar. You don't taste vinegar when you have it. But have you ever had chicken and dumplings where it's like the chicken and you have like the lumps that are dumplings, right, in gravy?
Oh yeah.
Picture that texture, but it's sweet, like an apple kind of filling. It's sweet, and it has the texture of chicken and dumplings. It just happens to have a tablespoon or 2 of vinegar that nobody tastes, but it's called vinegar pie. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I've heard of like
nobody
pie,
tastes
I've
it.
never heard of vinegar. Have you all heard of water pie?
I have not.
I've heard of that, but I've never heard of vinegar pie.
Well, what's water pie? I want to know now.
I've never had it, but it's like basically it's water and like a handful of ingredients, sugar and a crust and something else, and it comes out like almost kind of comes out like a gelatin style or something. I don't know how it's made, but it's probably really good. I've never had it, but I've just seen.
But it's got like a pie crust and stuff on it, so it's like Jello with a pie crust or something.
Sort of, but it's made mostly with water is the main ingredient. But I don't know how that works. I'm not really sure.
Honestly, I think most desserts have water as the main ingredient, but yeah.
Well, but where they actually, when they showed them making it, like pour a whole like thing of water in the pie crust or whatever, and mixed in some of the ingredients, put it out, and then it sets, and then it's I don't know how it works, but it
sounds really interesting. Good. I'll have to look it up.
if you have wood or vinegar pie on your bingo card, go ahead and mark them off. Did not see that coming tonight. Yeah.
Honestly, in the comments, anybody heard of vinegar pie? Somebody has to have tried it before because it's really good. Somebody must know what I'm talking about, right?
Is JB here? JB's our Arkansas guy. Here, Blake.
So here you go.
I mean, Shoe's watching.
Okay.
He knows. Oh, there's water pie right there.
Let's see.
If you can see the
Interesting. Water pie, type of pie has water.
Sugar, flour, butter, and vanilla.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
The alley just come out in the 2020s because of COVID.
I see a lot of butter floating there.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I mean, it has to be good, right? Just because of that.
If you got butter, I mean, that's all you need, right? Yeah.
I'm talking about heart attacks, so I mean, might as well.
Off Color doing a spiced malt liquor this season, 12% called beer for dealing with your family.
I saw that one on their ads.
Oh, wow.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. We were at the beer store, and this one guy was like loading his cart up last weekend. And I was there getting the beers I was getting, talking to another guy like that. And he's like, I'm just trying to figure out what this guy's doing over here with the cart or whatever. We looked over, it's a cart. And I was like, well, it's the week before the holidays, so he's probably loading up for in-laws. And he was like, yep.
Exactly.
Oh, speaking of which, can I share my beer?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm having Ravinia Brewing Company. This is their Isle of Lost Hops series. So they have a series and they change up the hops and change up the malts and see what happens next. This one is called Santa's Escape. It's a hazy IPA. And super juicy front, and then it suddenly drops off into this crazy hop finish that you don't expect. It surprises you every second. So really fun. And it actually hasn't been released yet, so I'm putting this up on the internet so everyone knows that I got this before the Mug Club members. So yes, Here we go.
Nice.
It's out there on the internet.
It's being released today. Today's
See, Rod, you're not the only person.
Yeah.
People.
It's being released.
Yeah, right.
I'm a little ahead, but still super fun.
So make sure you check those internets.
Internets, yes. I'm a big fan.
Hop Butcher, Mythical Beer. We don't see them on my neck. Well, they haven't gotten down there to, well, you know what? They haven't gotten to maybe where you were, but I know that, like, Greg from Greg's Beer Reviews in Virginia, I think he's gotten them. I think he's got some Hop Butcher sent to him to do some stuff.
Wayne, you just need to come visit me. I've talked to you about this before. You said you had family up here. You need to come visit me.
I take anything from Off Color. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Off Color is great.
Yeah. Off Color is damn solid.
I would agree.
Yeah, that's what Val was saying. Yeah, so she's been there.
James, I should have texted you. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think of it. We took the train into Ravenswood and walked there, but I didn't even think to text you. I should have.
Yeah, care packages, Wayne. Send this to the troops.
Those folks in Canada need their beer too.
Oyster dress. That's what. Now I've heard of oyster dressing.
Oh,
I've heard of
fun.
that. Like, yeah.
I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
Chu says I've had vinegar. Well, I figure if Mal had it, you've had it. He's just chiming in to give you support there. Yeah.
I got so excited until I saw it was Chu, and I was like, oh, well, of course he had it.
Never mind.
So many.
James, you got to check out Ravinia. They're super fun.
And punch of eggs,
I heard Chu laughing. His must be a few seconds behind because he just busted up laughing.
Yeah. Mislabeled as sugar. That should be called sugar pie.
Oh, I've had sugar pie before.
There's a sugar pie?
There is a sugar pie.
What's the sugar pie got?
What he just listed. It's literally on your screen.
But he's reading what Todd had for the water pie.
Oh, well, yeah, it's just heavy. I've had a sugar pie. I don't know what was in it.
Maybe it's the parts of the country.
Maybe.
Off Color,
I don't know.
Tacos, I love. Yeah, Off Color, you can't go wrong with their stuff that I've had.
Apex Predator is top notch.
Yeah. But, like I said, this is the week before, like we were talking earlier. I don't know. It's like week before Thanksgiving now. It's like we're already there. Like it's.
I know, right?
I'm trying to wrap up 2022, and anything for as we turn to the next topic. I don't have a thing to segue. I should have a background noise to segue to the next thing. So next week, beers to pair with Thanksgiving food. So what do you like to pair with your Thanksgiving food?
You got to back up real quick, though. You didn't say your favorite food at Thanksgiving, did you?
Well, it's funny. Thanksgiving. So
I know you go out for Thanksgiving.
We're going out, but I was never growing up as a kid. It was funny. I never was a huge Thanksgiving type food type. I mean, I didn't like turkey that much. So my grandmother, when she was alive, she used to make like a turkey for most of the family, and then she'd make a ham because I like ham. So
bam.
Instead of waiting to Christmas, I got ham there. Like I would probably say from back then, as traditional would go, probably some of the baked macaroni and cheese are probably my favorite. Like the baked out of the oven, that crust on it, I take a whole plate of that thing. Thank you very much. I'll be back for the rest later. Oh, just gooey. The cheese, just like you pull it apart, the cheese is just right there stretching. It's like Stretch Armstrong. It's just like, how far can I go with this,
Like, here, hold my plate. I'm going to walk over here with the...
Yeah. Yeah. But it was probably that. And then behind that was ham. I loved having ham. But I get that on Christmas too, though. It wasn't just totally a Thanksgiving thing, but
my family always did turkey and ham at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There were just too many of us that didn't want turkey.
I felt like turkey was always, when I was a kid, it was dry. And like, it wasn't like it was bad cooked or anything. I just felt like it was just, it wasn't like eating chicken. It was just different. It felt like it was just a drier type meat or whatever. So, but the ham, again, give me any of the pork and I'm with it. So, ham was definitely working. And she would make it with like a little pineapple thing would be baked into it type thing. So, you'd have all that flavor coming out.
Fancy Nancy.
But she was from Virginia. So, Southern cooking,
right.
People in the South. I'll give it to like South and North. I'm going to say where the cooks from the South definitely got over more of the cooks in the North, I believe. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah.
Southern flair.
Yeah. Although it took me a while to finally get to the biscuits and gravy. It was just a few years ago, and
which doesn't even make any sense.
Well, fried bologna was there too, so it took me a while to get the. It's just I didn't have all these things in the North. We didn't really do all that kind of stuff, so it took a while. But biscuits and gravy kind of warmed me. I don't eat it as much now or anything like that because I've been working out and I try to keep stuff down. But it's just like I would have killed that years ago when I was younger.
Rod, what most of us would say is that's what us poor people eat.
Biscuits and gravy?
I love biscuits and gravy, man. So good.
Yeah.
But as far as what to drink with Thanksgiving, this is going to destroy my cred as a craft beer person, but I tend to drink wine on Thanksgiving. I have red wine to start, and then I'll switch to a sweet white wine, and then I'll have a port to end. And I tend to stick to wine for Thanksgiving for some reason. I don't know why.
Wine on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Sorry, had to regroup there for a second.
Sorry,
wait, is it just me or?
I didn't mean to break everything.
I mean, there's not wrong with wine on Thanksgiving. You like wine. I mean, you have the different palate for that too to put with stuff. But like next week, we're actually going to Brazilian steakhouse for dinner. So that'll be a bunch of all different types of meats and stuff like that and everything.
Meat coma, that's what you're going to have.
Yeah, that's what we have. Yeah. What better day to go glutton than Thanksgiving? But if I was having turkey, like brown ale, I would have like brown ale or maybe Saison, something like that. I think actually pairs well. Having something around of kind of like a whip beer wouldn't be bad to have around also. As we get into that type of year. Pumpkin is actually I haven't really done the pumpkin beers here, but a pumpkin beer at Thanksgiving fits more than any other time of the year, I think. To have with that too.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Was a brown ale or like a spiced ale?
Yeah.
Which would be like a pumpkin type
spiced ale or a pumpkin, yeah.
That's why it should be not in July when they come out. It should be more closer to the holidays than,
Yeah.
90 degrees outside when those damn things come out, but it is. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
I think a lot of people look over the brown ale. They miss that the brown ale can be a great one to have.
I love a good brown ale. It's so hard to find,
that
but it's so
nuttiness.
good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So, what about you, Todd? Anything?
Yeah, that's what I said. It would probably a brown ale, or like I said,
Yeah.
a spice ale of some sort, which the pumpkin type ale,
Yeah. I mean, so many people grab IPAs now. Like, there's so many other styles that are out there. Have a nice Maybach. Have a rock beer. Have some other stuff at your table besides just an
You can't
IPA.
get a Maybach in October, November. It's impossible. I can't find them anywhere. I love Maybach, and I can't find it in November. That's impossible.
It depends on where they get it. I just had a Maybach recently. I'm trying to think where I had that one at, but yeah, they're tough to find. They are tough to find. But there's so many other ones that you could enjoy. It's just like, I don't know. I'm getting to that point again where I'm getting burnt out with some of the IPAs. It's kind of like,
oh yeah,
stepping away. And having like a stout or a porter. The porter.
I was gonna say like a good imperial
turkey too. Yeah,
like a good imperial stout. Maybe not with the meal, but kind of
after. Yeah.
Sit down afterwards and have one. Yeah,
Or even a dessert porter, instead of actually having dessert, having the dessert porter as like a filler. I mean, it's probably the same amount of calories, but still, it's very tasty.
Well, I was going to say, like, because you like desserts and stuff, but if you're having something like a chocolate-based type thing, fudge type thing, like we used to go to a place called Fish Market, maybe like the Mitchell's Fish Market. We used to be back up in Kentucky and Cincinnati, and they'd have like a chocolate type dessert. I'd have that with the Snowdrift Vanilla Porter, and just like meshed together so nicely there. So
nice.
Yeah. And a lot of people miss you can pair beer with desserts and stuff too. There's some great opportunity with that as well. So
yeah.
So I think it's fun. I think it's fun to challenge your palate on stuff like that and everything. And don't get me wrong, IPAs can have their spot, but it's kind of like, if you put IPA with a spicy type dish, they work well enhancing off of each other. But there's just so many other styles that you can actually have to enjoy.
But see, my family is all Midwest. There's no way we're going to have anything spicy at Thanksgiving.
Right.
Just doesn't happen.
So that opens the door for the other stuff that you can have there. And even now, like, you still got some of the Oktoberfest beers that are still out there that you can have with some good stuff. And
honestly, with turkey, I think a lovely amber would go a long way. Even Fat Tire, one of the more well-known ones. But a lovely amber just to get through the turkey. And then, as you move on through the courses, you switch it up, play. Why not? You got the option. Yeah. I mean, we all have the option. Yeah. So super exciting.
And when the in-laws wear you down, start cracking open the bourbon barrel stuff.
And as soon as the crazy aunt is handing out her gifts that are all going to be the things that no one wants, that's when you get the barley wine going, and you see what you can do.
Yeah. So we talked earlier before you came on. So next week, the sequel they're making to Christmas Story comes out. Are you looking forward to seeing that? Have you ever seen A Christmas Story?
Who hasn't?
Well, apparently Todd's wife. Apparently Shanna hasn't watched it all.
Shanna hasn't seen it like from beginning to end. She's never sat down and watched it all. So she says. But she says she's seen it all. But I don't know.
I could literally quote that entire movie beginning to end right now. I will not, because I don't want you to lose all of your followers. Because no. But no, I have an obsession. I adore that movie. As far as a remake, I don't know how I'm feeling.
Well, it's not the remake. It's it's still Ralphie. It's a sequel. He's grown up now.
Oh, it is a sequel for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
when is it set then? Is it set in the 70s? Like
80s.
80s.
Yeah, so it comes out next week. So he's in the 80s. Now he's having his whole family get together, his own family get together on stuff. And I think, the dad that he had in the movie died, so obviously he's not in it, unless he has some flashback type thing they worked in with CGI or something. But like his little brother, I think, is in it. His mom, I think she's still alive. I think like the bully and all that kind of stuff. So,
I'll 100% give it a chance. Yeah. I'm just not gonna sign myself up entirely just yet. It's hard. It's hard to play with a classic, man.
Remember when the first one came out? It flopped at the movies, and then it caught up on VHS. It became like this cult classic when people started watching it at home and everything.
Is that going to be on HBO Max?
HBO Max, I believe, and then or you can get it like I don't know if you can buy it on one of the video streams or whatever like that to rent it, but yeah, I know HBO Max. If you got it, you get it.
I'll have to tell my dad to keep his subscription going a little longer for me then.
Okay, I'm kind of intrigued. I love to have him go back and dig up the leg lamp or something from the backyard. That'd be funny. Like, because his dad buried the leg. I could have swore he was playing taps that night. Yeah.
He'll definitely have to pull out some of the references.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a classic movie. You could definitely quote a lot of lines out of it for sure. So,
actually, on our road trip, we were in Indiana at some point. I don't remember exactly when this happened, but we stopped at a rest area that had a statue of the little boy with his tongue stuck to the pole. Because apparently that was the town where that kid was from.
Oh, really? Wow. Oh, wow.
So the rest area had a statue of him with his arms out, like stuck to the pole. It was very, very funny.
That was good old Flick.
Oh, yes.
Has anybody seen Flick? They're all like, oh, you know, don't worry that. Ralphie, come back. Come back, Ralphie. The bell. Oh, it's classic. Classic stuff. You get 24 hours of it on Christmas Day. So, yeah. Gilbert said, cheers, fools. Gilbert in the house. Cheers, my friend.
Hi.
Vinegar pie to the kids. Want it, and adults can have more for themselves.
Fair enough. Maybe that's why we called it that.
I feel like Wilford Brimley would show up if he served it, though. Cheers,
diabetes.
Wilford Brimley in doorway. That's diabetes. Mind you won't recognize me. I got 12 inches of hair cut off.
No
really?
way. Oh my goodness. I need pictures. You still have my number. Text me.
Was this like just something you were just doing, or were you donating, or like maybe mouse thing got you motivated? Your hair is growing back great too.
Yeah.
I need a trim. I'm going in Saturday for a quick trim because I got like the floofies on the sides here. That's just bah. So yeah, I'm going for a cleanup.
Oh, we this broadcast report. Right. Yeah. I mean, when she said the wine, I had to, something happened. The system just went down when she said that. The system wasn't used to like.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break your
Even though at one point I was a top wine tuber. I don't even know if I'm still on that list as a top wine tuber.
Like, you have to have it mentioned at least once or twice every so often just to keep your status in the top 30 or whatever, 10 or whatever it was.
So like last year or a couple of years ago, whenever it was, Ty, you might remember this. So
I think it's been a couple of years ago now.
FeeSpot had me listed as one of the top wine tubers. And I'm like, I don't really do wine. I mean, unless you're counting barley wine. I mean, I've done barley wines on here. Maybe they're confused, but, any publicity is good publicity, unless you're Bill Cosby. So, yeah.
I think you're sneaking around as an undercover wine channel.
Yeah. I do like wine. I do like it. I do enjoy it. So
same here.
I thought about doing wine reviews at one point, but that's like, this is too much stuff. You just go right down another rabbit hole with that. Wine and crashed alive. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, if beer never existed, we would have no civilization, but we also be watching Ron J. Wine Ventures right now, right?
I love it.
Probably still be sitting around in toga robes talking about wine.
Wine Ventures, whiskey
having cheese samples and grapes, the whole works. Really go for it.
Like, what are you going to do there? I think I'll go over to the Coliseum and see what they throw to the Tigers, I love reds and brown. I do love a good red ale and brown ale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Again, brown, one of those underappreciated styles that more breweries I wish were making out there, which I'm seeing more people put stuff out there. I've even seen some Imperials coming out in the brown ale, so.
More than it was.
Brown. I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But have you seen Imperial Oktoberfest before tonight? Have you seen Imperial Oktoberfest before tonight?
No, not
See?
until
So,
you.
I mean, that's why you got to watch Rajay BeerVentures. That's why you got to watch the channel.
That's why he's a top 31.
That's why I'm pulling shit
That's
out all
right.
the time. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Bart? Cheers, my friend. Happy Thursday to you. Hopefully you're doing well up in NJ. Hopefully I'll catch up with you again when I'm back up there at some point. I know we're coming up Christmas time. I don't know how long we'll be up there for, but hopefully catch up. Bart, caught up and met him when I was up there a while back. Went to one of the breweries that my buddy ran and had a good time.
JT just sent me a picture with his short hair, and I'm like, yay! Oh my gosh, you look so different. Oh my gosh, it's such a
share
change.
with the class.
I don't know. Am I allowed to? JT, give a yes or no if I'm allowed to show the picture.
I said you met JT. The only one that hasn't met JT is Tom. Well, everybody watching hasn't met JT either.
Well, I didn't know if I was allowed to show the picture though until I get the okay. But yeah, oh my gosh, it's such a difference.
Newcastle and a mini cake. So what's your? I don't know if either of you have had Newcastle since Lagunitas took over the brewing of it. I don't know.
How long's that been now?
Lagunitas took them over, I think, like maybe 2 years. 2 or 3 somewhere.
God.
Yeah. I just felt like, I don't know, it's Newcastle brown ale, especially for like the people watching, if you're not familiar, that's really the brown ale that got everybody doing brown ales in the States. That was the one that kind of pushed it out there. But it's like everything that we get now, the way our palates are in the States, I've kind of left that kind of behind. It's almost like, I don't know if Newcastle gets as much acknowledgement for stuff now. So Lagunitas took them over, I think maybe trying to put a different spin on stuff, but have not had their stuff in a while. Oh, there we go. There's JT. Yeah, that's a nice cut. And the missus. Yeah.
So when we first met him, his hair was like halfway past his shoulder blades. Very long hair.
Yeah.
Definitely took off a lot there.
Yeah, I think when I met JT, I think at the time, a few years ago, I think it was probably shoulder, probably at that point. So we had a good amount of beers and some food over at one of my favorite spots to go to downtown Chicago, Exchequer. Just like freaking Fred Flintstone entrees they give you. Like, seriously. Like, I got a buddy that just went up there and I said, you got to check out this place if you're downtown or whatever. And it was a picture of the ribs. And he's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, like, it's a lot of food when they can't put the whole full rib rack on the picture. Like, there was a rib rack and they cut off part of it, put it on top of the rest of the ribs.
So it was the Bronco ribs up the side of the car then, right?
Yeah, right? It was like, it was like you would go in there one size and come out like 3 sizes more for sure because the food is like huge. And actually, me and JT were there. A guy ordered ribs next to us, and it was just like, are you gonna eat all? This guy wasn't a big guy. He's like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna try. Like, I think he ended up getting a doggy bag to go home with, but yeah, it was just like his eyes were like so big when they brought these ribs out. It was just like crazy.
I used to do beer cheese with Newcastle, with Newcastle beer.
You used to do what with them?
A beer cheese.
Mm.
Like a hot beer cheese with Newcastle.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, what time is it? It's 8:58 or
9:58 here.
9:58.
Well, we're east already.
Does anyone know when the Michigan game started?
Michigan's usually around 9, so it should be 8 something your time, right? Or 9:30.
I think it
like
was 9 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Is it on ESPN?
I just heard a string of swear words from downstairs that were not safe for work, all shouted by my husband, and I'm thinking Michigan must have started their game now.
Yeah.
They're not on ESPN now because the football game
ESPN 2.
I can't imagine why he was swearing otherwise. It has to be the game, right?
Go and they are down by a bunch. 11 minutes to go in the first half, and they're down by a lot.
Okay, someone says Michigan started, so yeah. My husband's very unhappy right now.
Is Beeline still the coach there?
Huh?
Juwan Howard's coach now.
That's right, Juwan is now. Okay, because Beeline came from West Virginia when you went there. Yeah.
Might be his 3rd year now, I think. Yeah, 3rd year, I believe. Maybe, yeah. 2nd.
Yeah, kind of stout. I've had chicken and dumplings, Gilbert. I told you my grandmother was from Virginia, so yeah, we've had chicken and dumplings.
Just that one time, just because he had to.
Yeah.
That one time.
That one time.
One time.
I was never a huge chicken and dumplings fan, but I've had it. So it is a comfort food, though. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, I guess I didn't help by saying the texture of chicken dumplings, then, huh?
No, I mean it's I knew what you were talking about with it. It's just I don't know. I was just never as huge into it. I don't know.
But if anyone hasn't tried vinegar pie, you should try it because I know it's called vinegar pie and it sounds terrible, but oh my gosh, it's really good. Not even kidding.
I'm gonna have to look at it up when I have to make one, just because.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were talking earlier.
Is it just white vinegar? Is that all it is?
Yeah, it's just 2 tablespoons of white vinegar happen to go into it, but you don't taste it at all.
So why do you need the vinegar?
I don't know. It's just I assume it's part of the chemistry of it.
Vinegar pie.
The vinegar is like the duct tape in there. It's got to go in. It's got to hold everything together.
4 pounds of butter, 3 bags of sugar, and a splash of vinegar. It's vinegar.
I didn't do so good in chemistry in school. I don't know the specifics of the reasoning. I just know that she required vinegar in her vinegar pie, and I just like, okay.
Yeah.
You don't argue with an Arkansas granny who's making dessert for you. Honestly, that's what it comes down to. You do not argue with that.
True.
You just eat and you enjoy.
Oh man.
Let's go.
If I have another IPA, I'll have hops coming out my arms. Yeah, right. Because there's so many, like just the IPAs is killing with stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then, we were talking earlier too. Todd's already started his, by the way. But are you doing an advent calendar this year?
We're not. We're going in a slightly different direction. We have some things planned. So, because last year we did the 12 Days of Christmas instead. We didn't do an advent calendar. We did 12 Days of Christmas. But for each of the beers in the 12 Days of Christmas pack, we kind of sang the song and made it our own. We're going a very different direction this year, and it's going to be super fun.
Oh, okay.
But I can't give too many details just yet because many things have to happen before that starts.
Wow.
So yeah, but it's going to be super fun. I'm hoping for 1 video a week. I don't know if that'll happen, but that is the plan. So
gotta have a plan.
Yeah.
And Todd, is that one from the advent calendar you were showing?
It is. This is only day 2, so got far into it. But
American India Pale Ale from Advent. Just Advent beers on
this
there.
Is the Walmart version brand, or not Walmart, but Sam's Club.
It's got the sweater type design on the can, which is interesting. It's like a
is
sweater.
Is that a 6 or an 8%?
6.
6%.
So was that produced by Menenhouse Craft Brewery in Monroe, Wisconsin? If I'm saying
Menin. Oh yeah, Mine House. Menenhouse. Yeah. Don't ask Dan about that one. Western beer reviewer Dan, our buddy Dan up in Canada, he got to a big like Mine House. So you mentioned Mine House anywhere around him, he's just.
It's no good, or you just got.
Oh, it's terrible, and I have one of their things from Trader Joe's before. I gotta say, it was terrible. So
I wasn't that impressed with the first one. This one's not terrible. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you mentioned to him, and he's like really like it just right to 0 to 100 explosion like.
But I wasn't expecting too much when I bought it. Then it was a case of 24 for $30. I was like, sure, why not? I've never seen it there before, so I was like, why not?
Well, Mine House.
So Todd, how are you doing? Todd, just curious, how are you doing this then? Are you going to stockpile the next 6 until Thursday and then drink all 7 that day, or how is this working for you?
I'm not doing one a day. I'm just drinking them whenever.
Okay.
Yeah,
just checking.
I'm not doing the actual like Advent one a day until Christmas type deal or whatever. No.
Yeah.
Good, but I'm not.
Because you're a little ahead of schedule. It's still November, so I was like, I'm just going to find out what's going on.
I just bought them just because it was like, why not? Just to see.
Hey, cheers, man. That's great.
No rhyme or reason, just do it.
Oh, Vanessa.
That's a good pairing, Vanessa. Fire pit with a dragon's milk. I could put my feet up to that any day of the week.
Vanessa lives my life, and I want it.
Yeah.
I love every second of everything.
Vanessa has everything going on in her backyard at her house there. She puts it on Instagram. It's just like, just move on in, Icebox for Thanksgiving. Icebox wouldn't be a bad one either, Gilbert. That'd be a nice style to also have.
It depends on the family. If you need the icebox, yeah, go for it.
If you need it, I'm here.
Off-Color's doing that 12% for families, right?
It's like the Break Glass beer. That's what that should be the name of one of the beers. Break Glass.
Break Glass. Like a nitro beer you're pouring in, right?
Like a 17% beer. Break Glass. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm actually the nitro hot cocoa from.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. Although I feel like you get screwed on these things because it only gives you it's not a full 12-ounce can. I don't think. I think it's like 10% ABV. 9.4 ounce.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like 9.4.
No, that little nitro capsule takes up too much space.
Yeah. That's nice though.
I guess they short you so you can pour it hard.
Yeah, I know there's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm gonna just not go for it right now.
It's short so they can. They short you so you can pour it hard. Maybe that's what he said.
Not what she said. Maybe that's what he said.
Maybe.
Todd, we need to visit you again soon because that was so much fun.
JT's at Malice, also on Dovetail Maybach at Garfield's Beverage at the corner of Lincoln and Belmont a couple weeks ago.
There's still my back out there. I've checked every Binny's around me. I've checked Lake Zurich. I've checked Vernon Hills. I've checked all of them around me. I can't find Maybach.
Well, you got to go to Garfield. Apparently, Garfield has it.
No,
you know how that cat is. That cat is finicky. That cat's an asshole at sometimes,
Sunny bear.
The hell we put that dog through on that show, I tell you.
But anything Dovetail has ever made is amazing, honestly. Ooh. So good.
Put the chips out with the Parade hot peppers. I would like some Parade hot peppers. I'm a big hot pepper fan.
Yeah.
I don't think I would handle that one as well. My heartburn might kill me.
What's up, Trez in the house? Cheers. Always drinking for you, my friend. I know you gotta get the work done. You gotta make them dollars. Cheers, Trez. Cheers, JT. Leftover turkey sandwiches with lettuce and mayo and Wonder Bread. Best thing about Thanksgiving. What do you like left? So what? You have the turkey sandwiches. What other turkey stuff do you have afterwards? Like turkey hash. What other stuff do you do with the turkey? Is there like a turkey soup? Well, I mean, is there like a turkey soup? Is there like a turkey? Is there a turkey? What do you Weird Al Yankovic? Eat it. Is it like a turkey casserole? Like, what do you do? Like, what the turkey? Because the thing is, like, after you have the turkey, people always come up with like, how else can I get rid of this turkey? Because you're gonna have turkey left over most of the time.
I've done before, and I think I did it this last year. Is chop up some of the leftover turkey instead of having like a chicken quesadilla, you do turkey instead. Like
there you
go.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was pretty good.
I usually do open face sandwiches with the gravy on top, just kind of heat those up. But I'm into open face sandwiches for Thanksgiving leftovers. Though,
right there,
that's good too.
Gravy,
there is at Ravinia Brewing Company, they have their menu is mostly like tacos, burritos, that kind of thing. But they have a Thanksgiving taco right now. It's turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, sweet potato fries, and cranberries on a flour tortilla. Craziest thing.
That is.
And it's really good. It's really good. It tastes like all your leftovers, but it's long before Thanksgiving, so you get to enjoy them for a whole month instead. It made me very happy.
Well, here in the East, and for like Didi, he would know this. There's a chain called Wawa. I don't know if they're up where Vanessa is. Did they go up that far or not? But they actually have their they have like hoagies, but it's like their Thanksgiving hoagies out now. Like Thanksgiving on a hoagie. So it's like turkey and cranberry. It's like basically a Thanksgiving meal on this hoagie bun. They bring out once a year. People go crazy over that too. So
Sounds so good.
I'm not gonna lie, it is. I've had it. It's pretty tasty. So Wawa is a spot on the East Coast that people you get addicted to it rather quickly as far as like getting some subs and stuff from. They do a pretty good job. And it's like a convenience store, which is the weird thing. It's just like people are like, oh, it's like a 7-Eleven. Well, kind of, but not really, because they do this and that. And it's like, yeah, but they I love a Wawa. It's just good stuff. It's good stuff.
We don't have them around here.
No.
Well, you just convinced me that you and I need to visit you now.
Yeah, you do. Well, it's funny because my buddy, EB and his wife Erica, they've been up here. They did a tour from coming up South Carolina all the way up to Mass, and they've been to a Wawa. And so whenever I talk about it, they're like, you can't talk about Wawa now because we can't get it because we're back in South Carolina. We don't have one down here. But they know what it is. They're like, don't talk to us about Wawa. Like,
kind of the same effect as you can't talk about Jungle Gyms unless you actually been there.
Unless you've been to Jungle Gyms, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jungle Gyms is where Cincinnati destination spot should be Jungle Gyms. Just you got to go, man. You and Chu got to get down to Jungle Gyms. I mean,
It'd be like on the top 5.
But we definitely need to. We wanted to. It's just it hasn't been an option just yet. But give it time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know us with the traveling. We'll get there.
It's like in Jaws. They said you need a bigger boat. Like you go to Jungle Gyms and you're trying to haul beer back. You're like, I'm gonna need a bigger truck. Like because there's so much stuff you can get there. It's like a playground.
We're not that far from Jungle Gyms. It's worth the drive.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, that's where Trez is up there too. Trez is Cincinnati. So.
All right, yeah.
Tried pumpkin beer from Ohio. What Joey brought with cheese in a can. I've not had a solid poo since you American Booger Rock. No, I don't know what Joey may have brought you from Ohio there, but yeah, I don't do a lot of the pumpkin beers, but you got to be, depending on which ones you get. Some are good, some aren't. Just like a lot of things. So. Don't let Joey be our representative, Mick. Don't count him to be us from the States. You know how Joey is. Turkey pot pie for me, Big Daddy Mojo. I've never been a huge pot pie type person. My mom loves pot pies. I'll do it once in a while, but I was just never a huge pot pie. You guys pot pie people? Love pot pies?
I love pot pies.
I like
yeah.
The other thing I've never made with the leftover turkey is like a hot brown, which is big in the
there you go. That's big Kentucky too. Yeah.
Like hot brown.
Well, I like to do the crust and make it myself. So, like, I'll do the pie crust, or I have some in the fridge usually for one reason or another. I like to cook, but doing the pot pies is always so fun, and just, throwing whatever you have in there. Potatoes. Oh, I have potatoes. Asparagus. Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. Just you never know what's going in there, but doing the pot pies is fun.
Let's just throw it all in there. Yeah, we'll see how it works.
Hey, there's a can of tuna. There's some pork. Okay, sure, why not? Who knows what's going on?
I think there's a Skittle. I think there's a Skittle in my pot pie right here. Who put Skittles in the pot pie?
Have I mentioned that Chu has a stomach of iron? He can literally eat anything, so that has helped our marriage a lot.
Like, is this a beanie weenie in my pot pie? What is going on here?
Yeah. Pair of Duke-alike. Yeah, that can help. That can help to clear you up, man. Yeah. I have to watch Trading Places, A Wonderful Life, and The Godfather 1 and 2. You're sitting around for the holiday would that be for Christmas
that's
or would that be
Christmas,
for Thanksgiving? Because that's all Christmas with A Wonderful Life. Trading Places around Christmas time, but not a Christmas movie.
Are you kidding? I
mean, that would go in the same thing as Lethal Weapon, where you have
they
Christmas
gave the
events.
bag to the old guys on the street, and it was like it was their Christmas present, and it was this thing. Like, no, totally, 100%. I'm with you, DD.
No,
Trading Places
is a Christmas movie. Trading Places is like around a Christmas time.
Yeah, I'm still gonna get.
But it's not about celebrating Christmas.
People still do Die Hard as a Christmas movie too.
But Die Hard, we talked about earlier. Die Hard is a Christmas movie because he's trying to get back to his family for Christmas. He's trying to actually get there for Christmas. So, but we were talking about it earlier because Joey tried to say, well, he didn't think Die Hard was a Christmas movie, but I'm like, you're actually trying to get there. Lethal Weapon isn't really a Christmas movie, but it's around Christmas. It's got Christmas things in it in the first Lethal Weapon, but it's not really a Christmas movie. I feel like Trading Places is kind of that way too, where it's around Christmas, but it's not really Christmas movie. Although you could get to the point where it's like Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd toasting each other at the end when they get the dudes Rudolph.
Dan Aykroyd was in a Santa suit with a salmon under there that he pulled out.
But that's a Christmas event. But that's a Christmas event.
That's enough for me to say Christmas movie.
But I mean, Mel Gibson was shooting through Christmas trees. Would Lethal Weapon then be a Christmas movie? When he busted the drug dealers?
I might not have ever seen that one. I'm sorry.
You've never seen Lethal Weapon? The first one that started it all? The I'm too old for this shit with Danny Glover? The one that started that
Am I going to break the channel again by not having seen this movie? Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Folks, she never saw Lethal Weapon. I mean... I don't know what you do with that. I broke
the channel twice.
I mean, how did you not see Lethal Weapon? I mean...
Honestly, I wasn't a movie person. I was more of I have things to do all the time person. So I didn't watch movies as much. Not because the movies were bad or anything. I never got around to it. I was always crafting, or I was, all the stuff. I was a music person. I was playing instruments all the time. I was performing all the time. I never really got around to movies. I'm sorry.
I think we're going to take a break from one of our sponsors here because I'm shocked right now.
We need a break.
Come on, be here. Come.
We need to go to one of our sponsors.
Come on, be here. Come get your beer. Come on, who wants it? Hot day, cold beer. Hey, honey, want a beer? Interest you dolls in a cocktail? This one's on me. Maybe later I can get on you. Would you like an ice cold beer? Beer. It's ladies' night. Bitches drink free. You're gonna have to check your ID though. No, just kidding. You're old.
I don't know how you would be allowed to sell something alcoholic. You're not old enough. You're not 21.
Are you gonna buy something?
No, I'm not going to buy something, but I don't think that you're doing. I think you're doing something against the law. Okay, so I suggest you leave.
Okay, listen, Hitler. There's no German beer here, so move along.
What a smart-ass kid you are, boy.
You need to loosen up. Have a beer. Hey, Toots, how about a beer?
No, thank you.
Your mouth says no, but your fat gut says yes. Hey, what's up, Julio? Want a cerveza? Hey, there's the happy couple. How about a beer?
Can I use my laundry dough?
You're obviously not using it for laundry.
I'll have
You should drink them both so your girlfriend looks better. Would you two young broads like a drink? Hey guys, should I pour you 3?
Yeah, that's all we need.
That'll
25 cents?
Yeah, each. I'm gonna need to see some ID though. You guys look like you barely have pubes.
Let me have a sweat.
Alright. Were you in the war, sir?
Yeah, but I was in World War II.
Kill any crowds?
I don't think so. When I did, I don't know it.
You were so drunk you didn't know.
There you go, man.
Head for the mountains, literally.
So how's business going?
Good.
You just started?
No, I'm serious though. Head for the mountains. Get out of here. Can I rub a little lotion on you?
No, that's okay.
Come on, seriously. Let me grease up your boobs. Boobs.
Hey, I have 2 children that are your age. Come on.
Do they grease up your boobs?
Oh my God.
Can I rub some lotion on you?
No, I'm all covered up.
I won't just do your shoulders. I don't mind exploring. I use the lotion on myself a lot at home. Hey ladies, can I interest you in a free bikini wax? How about you two open up and let me get in there? Will you rub some lotion on my back? Do it slow. Let's make this party last a while. Just a little right there, I guess.
You're all cranked up.
Now let me do you.
No, I didn't think so, because I'm taking my shirt on.
Alright, I guess I wouldn't want to get my hand all hairy anyways. I want to practice mouth to mouth.
No,
Oh my God!
do that.
No?
No mouth to mouth, because you know why?
Mouth to anything?
Nothing. Nothing.
Come on, honey, I thought all the cold fish were in the ocean.
And we're back.
That's a
Where
classic.
did you find that video?
You've never seen that before? Oh, it's freaking hilarious.
I got a bunch of good
It's still showing. I was like hiding my face the whole time.
That was on the Old Man Show, wasn't it, Rod? Was that the Man Show?
The Old Man, yeah, I think it was with Jimmy Kimmel and Adam when they had the Man Show.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to only watch that for the guy who could chug so fast. You know, the older guy, what was his name? I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, he used to just throw the beer back and chugged a beer in like 2.5 seconds or something.
Was it like a guy with glasses, like brown hair or whatever? I think.
No, he had gray hair. He was older, goatee. Shoot, I can't remember his name, but he used to chug faster than anyone I ever saw.
Huh.
You see Christmas Story the Saturday matinee. Really?
Oh, that's fun.
Now we get 24 hours on USA here in the States, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Wine, it gives me splash farts. Splash farts are hard, Nick. Is that like
I wish I
shark?
was a drink during that.
Like it was like shark or something.
My beer almost ended up all over the place.
I don't even know what propanol is during the procedure. I don't even know what that is there. It's time
Shannon,
to get
when
the
you
wine
need her.
on, right?
Cheers, Wayne.
Yeah, but definitely good to see you as well, Bart. Sure, JT. I think Sure was saying for the show his haircut earlier.
Yep.
Good old hand pull pint of Tetley's beer will pull hairs on your chest. Newcastle Brown hair is $4.75
Nick,
a bottle.
when Shu and I were in Scotland for our honeymoon, he had Tetley's the whole time. Like that was his go-to was the Tetley's. So yeah, I'm with you. It was good.
I need to do some more European beers on the channel. Yeah, Michigan is started. Vinegar and head cheese. I always hear about head cheese. Head cheese is supposed to be smelly, right? Like it's supposed to be really bad.
Nick, I swear it's good. I swear it's good. It's Arkansas, whatever, but it's good.
Gordon Ramsay's like, what the fuck is this shite? I enjoy watching Gordon Ramsay. You know, my wife's like, oh, because he's an asshole. You like, yeah, I like assholes. I grew up in New Jersey. I'm used to assholes. I know assholes. You know, him, John Taffer, you know, those kind of guys. Like, I always enjoy watching that. Sunday was giving the Wolverines a business. 44-23 right now. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, gosh. Okay, you're warning me of what I'm going to see when I go downstairs is a drunk, angry person, but
things may be broken.
it's possible.
No, definitely. But you got the strength. You've been getting through it all, Vanessa. I saw that. So that was huge. So NKU beat University of Cincinnati last night. Now, NKU was a university formed in 1969, I believe. They were like Division III up to like 1990 or whatever, and then went Division II maybe up through 2010. They just went Division I like in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's not been very long.
And then beating UC from across the river, Northern Kentucky sits on the other side of Cincinnati, is huge. Like, that's something.
Well, it's like Bellarmine beating U of L the other night.
Yeah. No, I think it's even worse than that because, well, no, that's true because Bellarmine just got up there too. You're right.
That's only their second year in Division I.
Yeah. So. I mean, that's like the App State. Well, sorry, it's true. But when App State beat Michigan in football, like that wasn't supposed to happen, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Chew. We're hitting on Michigan tonight.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure he's just watching Michigan at this point because he keeps yelling from downstairs. So,
although I think they beat Louisville in basketball the other night. I think it's who they lost to.
Michigan. They beat
Louisville.
I think they lost to Appalachian State.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. What's up, D'Angelo? It's been a while for sure. Cheers, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. Turkey gravy on toast.
Ooh.
Is that have you done that before? Has that been something?
It just sounds lovely.
That'd be kind of like a biscuit and gravy turkey style.
It's like the open face sandwich. I just put turkey on there with the gravy. So same thing.
Would turkey gravy have the meat in it?
I mean, it's made from the drippings from the turkey, so you argue one way or the other. But
it could be. Not necessarily, but it could.
Made a lot of gravy just to have that, Vanessa said.
I understand. It sounds phenomenal.
Don't tell. Just tweet it. This is the end of the line for Twitter. You can text it at the Rock Beer hotline. Huh.
Nice. Dovetail does the best Roush beers I've had in the area, for sure.
Yeah.
No one's even close.
What's his name? Want to charge everybody for Twitter now?
Well, he tried to, and then people were taking over people's accounts that were fake, and it's like, okay, this isn't going to work. People were basically, I'm like running this company. I'm so and so. Like, no, you're not. Like, oh, I paid $8. I think I am. I paid $8. And they're like, okay, shut it down. Then like Elon's like, we're gonna fire you. And he's like, can you come back and help us out? And then you fire me. Well, we need you back. Like, no.
My price just went up.
That was just like, oh my god, I
don't know how that works.
I just don't understand. Like, I feel like that's that fine line between genius and insanity or whatever. Like, you're so smart over here, but then you're just dumb as shit over here. Like, what the hell? Like, I knew I'm on Twitter because I do a lot of stuff on there, but I'm like, when the head of security left, I'm kind of like, maybe I should. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They're losing all these key people and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm still on there right now, but some people are just leaving because Elon took over. I don't care. Elon can take over. You can do it. I mean, some people are just like, well, I'm not going to be here if Elon's going to be here. Well, that's your choice, I guess. But
yeah, we have a Twitter account for Imperfectly Me Crafts, and I have never posted on it.
Yeah.
It just exists just in case I decide to use it. But I haven't gotten there yet.
Kind of like insurance, just in case.
Yeah.
Vanessa does have Wawas. Vanessa does have Wawas up there. Cool. And Henny, I don't know we don't have any Henny Penny. I'm not sure what that is, but that might be something similar. But Wawas are good sandwiches. Huh. Turkey sandwich, a good salad, a good slice.
Is that like Piggly Wiggly?
No, Piggly Wiggly is actually a grocery store, though. That's a grocery store. I never thought Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly, right? It's all in the same story, right?
I never thought Piggly Wiggly actually ever existed. I just
I
thought it was a name just that you put on TV shows, like you would see place and it would say Piggly Wiggly. And then we went to Gatlinburg one year. I literally had to stop for us to get food to take to the cabin, and it was at a Piggly fucking Wiggly. I was like, this place is real.
That is a thing.
And once I saw the name Piggly Wiggly, I was like, I got to go in. I got to go in because
you had no choice.
Yeah, no choice at this point. So a nice little store there, but yeah. I do miss some of the Gatlinburgs, like going to the cabins and stuff in the fall. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sliced up stuff in cranberry sauce and salt and pepper. Yeah, that does sound pretty good. That'll be happening a lot next week, I'm sure, for turkey.
My mouth is watering, and we aren't even to the week of Thanksgiving. This is terrible.
She can do some pot pie. She's up on the pot pie bandwagon. Dovetail has a Bamberg, South Carolina number, so please clap. And cooking is always an experiment, Mal.
Oh, yeah. I agree, 100%.
John Wick Marathon's Christmas movie. I will say this. I am pumped as I could probably be. I mean, I was pumped. I haven't gone to see it yet, but I was pumped to see when the new Black Panther movie comes out. But fucking John Wick 4, seeing the trailer for John Wick 4, I am pumped to see when that comes out.
You gotta take a text.
I'm big into the John Wick movies, and the first three I really like, and the fourth one looks like it's going to be a great one too.
So just so y'all know, my hubby stopped his game just for a moment to bring me another beer.
Oh.
He walked in and said, "Hold on, I got to take my tax." He opened the beer, took a big old swig, and then handed it to me. And I just thought you'd all like to know that because That is him.
It's from the school. It's from the school of Putin, making sure you're not poisoned.
That's right, exactly.
Phase 3 Brewing Company.
Oh, I know about Phase 3. They're pretty solid.
And this is their double dry hopped. I can't get a
Boca.
There we go.
Orbs, yeah.
Boken Orbs. But this one used cashmere hops, which is my absolute obsession as far as hops go. Cashmere is my absolute favorite for hops. I can't explain it. It's just what I need every day forever. So yeah.
I'm a Galaxy kind of guy.
He's a Mosaic lover, so
yeah. I like Galaxy also.
I need to do some more. Todd actually told me I need to do some more before, but I need to get back and do some more hop videos on the channel. Those are always fun to kind of do. Simon and Garfunkel isn't Christmas music, but I like to pretend that it is. Ho, homeward bound. I wish I was. Trez was cracking up at the kid video there. Yeah.
That just about killed me. I was dying, man. That was so funny. Oh no!
She's calling us lazy couch potatoes. Get her out of here. No lethal weapon.
I'm so sorry, Dee. I love you so much. I know you have golf in the morning, but chill, because I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to insult anybody. I've just not been exposed to enough movies. I'm sorry. It's my fault. My fault. My fault entirely. I'm sorry.
Oh, DCID too fun. Yeah. When Jimmy Kimmel was still funny, yeah. Yeah, that was back, I think, with the Man Show when him and Adam were doing it, though. Enter 5808 on your calculator.
It's boobs.
Yeah. We're going back to 4th grade now.
Yeah. Well, you could have done 135 to end it, and it would have been boobies.
I agree. It is a classic there on that video. Joey Diaz used to dance naked on the Man Show. I chop up turkey and stuff and add it to the gravy. Oh, then over to yeah. See, that's like a biscuits and gravy, but for Thanksgiving time.
There we go.
I like that. Cut for my Michigan gear again. Thank you, football go blue. See, because Didi's a Michigan person. He doesn't live in Michigan now, but he moved from Michigan down to North Carolina. But
all right, Didi Chu is 100% with you.
You still got football. So I mean, as long as you guys beat the Buckeyes this year.
For now, I was gonna say for now until the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
As long as you guys can beat the Buckeyes this year. Things will be okay.
Undefeated people this year. What's going on?
One of the two will go to the playoffs. Which one will it be? We'll have to see. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be live at that game because honestly, no. He wants to, but I don't.
Muskie is insane. Dropping 40 billion just to trash Twitter. Just let the people run around and go sit on the bench collecting 20% like Hans Gruber. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know what they're going to do with Twitter at a certain point. It's just crazy. Piggly Wigglies are fun too, but it says she's been to the Piggly Wiggly. Shut down 3 Twitter accounts because the accounts kept getting jacked. Wow. Hey, do you get craft beer at Piggly Wiggly account? They usually go by coastal areas, it seems. I don't think I've ever got beer to Piggly Wiggly I went to, but that was in Tennessee, the one I went to.
The only time I've been to one was for groceries, so I never checked the craft beers section, or if they have it. I don't know.
It's kind of
it's been a little while since I've been to one.
It's kind of weird being here and where I'm at now because they don't sell beer in grocery store and gas stations. So I was used to it when I was in Kentucky and Cincinnati and stuff like that, far from where Todd is. It's totally different here. It's like weird. But they're trying to get it past where they can do that. Roasted turkey last Wednesday, been eating turkey gravy a few days. Look at you getting prepared. You're pre-gaming. That's what you're doing. It's called pre-gaming.
Thanksgiving pregame.
What's up, Greg? Cheers. It's going to Black. Actually, if I was back in Kentucky, I would, but now I'm in Baltimore. But for those in the Cincinnati area, like where Trez is, the Braxton, their Dark Charge Day is off the hook. So, going back to when Todd came down, it was me, Todd, Eric, Joe, Joe's dad, and we went to Braxton, and we got bottles of Dark Charge when they had them. It was lit. The Dark Charge it's like a little secret there in Cincinnati at Braxton. They have the bourbon barrel stouts they put out are fucking phenomenal. I would love to be back for Dark Charge Day. I'm actually getting emails from Braxton about that, but being here, obviously, I can't be there. I mean, I haven't got the whole clone formula down yet to be in 2 spots yet. But once I do, I'll be all over the country. Once I can clone myself, I'll be in 50 states. Oh, but no, Greg, if you're going, have a blast. They do some great stuff at Braxton. I miss Braxton. Braxton was one of my top breweries there in the Cincinnati area.
When is the Dark Charge Day? I know they just come out with one a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I think it's upcoming here. Like, I want to say beginning December. It might be the weekend after next weekend.
Because I know
not next weekend. It might be next weekend even.
West 6 does their snake cakes on Black Friday. Same day.
West 6 is pretty solid.
Yeah, so they're snake cakes, which is a phenomenal beer. So I'm deciding whether to go over there this year to see if I can pick up any of those bottles instead of the others.
The new Tesla phone coming out looks. I didn't know Tesla was on the phone. Yeah, I like West 6 too. Yeah, December 2nd and 3rd, 2 days this year for that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you were in the Cincinnati area, that is worth going to.
So he mentioned the Tesla phone. I was just curious if anyone here owns a Tesla. I don't know, but if there's an issue with the electrical, does your whole windshield turn blue and like blue screen of death kind of thing? Like, is that a thing that happens? Because it totally should be.
Like a blue screen, like a blue screen of death, like if it goes bad or something.
Yeah, like the windscreen goes blue and it's like error, Like, I feel like that should be a thing that they should have built into that.
But what if it goes blue like Coors and just telling your beer's cold enough?
That would be the rest of the car.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you can still see out of the windscreen, you're good. But if you can't, it's an error. So
Speaking of Coors, so this is something that'll be coming out actually on my Twitter and Facebook page from a thing. They actually have come up now because they do the whole beer thing when the beer is blue is cold enough.
Yeah, the mountains.
Since you're here, Mal, I'll bring it to you. They've also done it now for fingernail polish. So when you're holding a beer, I guess they'll tell you if it's cold enough or something. I don't know where they're going with the marketing on that, but
okay, this is my own personal thing, but I'm freezing all the time. I literally live in a world of Mr. Freeze. Like, it's just how I exist, which is not fun, but it's true. So if that were true, I would literally only have blue nails.
Yeah, well,
I'm always
Coors marketing is coming up with that, and I don't know why. But
I lived in the Caribbean for 3 years. I wore sweaters in the Caribbean.
That's kind of cold.
And I walked a mile to and from work, and I still wore sweaters. Like, no, I'm always cold. It wasn't warm enough for me in the Caribbean. So, yeah.
Well, Didi said he did forgive you. Just don't tell him you never watched Zoom on PBS. Did you watch Zoom growing up? Uh-oh.
No. Wait,
what? Didi said, I forgive you. Just don't tell me you never watched Zoom on PBS.
I may have, but I'm not sure exactly what it is off the top of my head.
I'm going to take that as a wrong answer.
No, I lived on PBS when I was a kid. So I honestly, what was his name? The Rick Steves Europe. I watched every episode of Rick Steves Europe. I watched every episode of Sesame Street, all the things. So I watched PBS. I listened to PBS, the public broadcasting radio all the time. That was literally
Did they have the electric company when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I know if it was still on there or not.
Yeah. But Zoom sounds familiar, but I'm not positive off the top of my head what it is. So it might be just be a recollection problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone can explain, that would be great.
I mean, I remember Zoom being like a lot of the kids stuff running around and doing stuff. But it's kind of like an electric company, but electric company has Spider-Man, which made it stand out a little bit more.
Yeah,
because I lived on that channel. Literally, I mean, where I lived, I grew up out in the country, so we only had 3 stations growing up, and one of them was PBS, and that's all I watched. So I probably saw that. I just don't know that I remember it.
Well, the Piggly Wiggly in Illinois didn't have that. So
Zion has one. Antioch has one as well.
I know Dave was bringing up on this beer in front stuff before, but how do you say it? Do you say Illinois or do you say Illinois?
There is no S in the pronunciation.
Just Illinois. Because some people say Illinois.
Just Illinois. You do not pronounce the S.
Some do pronounce the S sometimes. And I know it's like where Todd is near Louisville. Some people say Louisville, but then people come in, they'll say Louisville. And then you're like, oh, you're not from here.
Todd and Shannon schooled me very clearly on the pronunciation. It took me about 30 or 40 tries before I said it well enough that Shannon said, okay, you can film now.
Yeah.
She was very strict. It was Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville.
Now it reminded me of the shirt that they have. It says like 10 different pronunciations of Louisville. Louisville. Yeah, I'm like,
it's only supposed to be 2 syllables. Louisville. Louisville. I still said it wrong. I honestly, like, she schooled me before I went on film in the city. So she was very strict.
Like where JT grew up, like, is it New Orleans or is it Nolans? It's like,
oh yeah, Nolans.
Yeah, people have their way they say stuff too. So dark chars straight from the barrel. Yeah, I agree. God, you're making me miss dark chars now, Greg. Had to get a trade with Todd.
Especially, hey, we can set it up.
Mm-hmm. But actually,
my way, saying.
I'm going to zoom my Zoom. Come on, get it a try. I think that's what he was singing from the show. Yeah, I remember parts of Zoom and stuff there, but yeah. But I'm going to actually run to the restroom real quick. But before I do, I'll give you guys a topic to think about.
Uh-oh. I love that we both said uh-oh.
We're going to come back and we're talking about Black Friday beers, since that'll be coming out next week. So we'll be talking about things you're looking forward to, things you might not be looking forward to, things you don't, like about maybe the Black Friday beers, the releases, the waiting in line, whatever it may be. But think about it. Talk to the people here. I'll be back in a second.
So, do you have any Black Friday beers that you know of that are coming?
Well, the one I'm sure he's talking about is Bourbon County, which is always Black Friday, and then Bourbon County Stout from.
Oh yeah.
So last year I did. Well, I went. Last couple of years I've been taking off on Black Friday, which the job I have now we work on Friday, but I've taken off the last 2 years, or the last year and this year. So we have Bourbon County, and then West 6 had one last year that I went to, which has their Snake Cakes, which is a barrel aged and like 3 variants, I think it was. I think I got 5 bottles of like big 22 ounces or 24 ounce bombers for, I think it was $100 for like 5 of them. I think it was 5 of them.
Nice.
Like base stout and then 4 variants of it.
Mm-hmm.
So outside of that, I don't know. There's all kinds of different various ones that come out, but I'm not really sure as far as like brewery specific goes.
So
I was gonna say about Chicago.
There's 2 breweries that I know of that are for sure doing a release next week. One is Ravinia. They are doing John Dough, Dough, and it's a gingerbread stout, and it tastes exactly like ginger snaps, like the cookies. So, like when you bite into a ginger snap, you get that ginger front, and then it shuts down your face, like the snap of a ginger snap. It's beautiful. This beer is exactly like the cookies, and it makes me so excited. So I've been talking to them, trying to get them to consider doing a cinnamon sugar rim on the glass for it, just to play, like offer it to people
just
or not. But cinnamon sugar rim on a ginger snap cookie beer would be really, really fun in my mind. So I've been trying to convince them. We'll see if it worked. But them, and then Crystal Lake Brewing is doing they're doing a barrel aged release. They're releasing it to their Mug Club members on Monday, but they're releasing it to the public on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So I don't know if this counts as a Black Friday beer, but it's 2 days early, so I'll just count it. It's fine. But it's this barrel aged one. Huh?
It's close enough.
Yeah. But it's this barrel aged one that is. I have very high hopes for this beer, and I cannot wait to swing over there on either Wednesday or Friday. I don't know which day I'll be able to make it, but I really want to try this beer. So they don't release too many of the barrel aged ones, but I'm super excited about this one. So
nice.
Did you guys talk about it already?
We did. We ran out of stuff. It's your turn.
We probably were going to say it. Not necessarily.
Well, now I don't know what you guys talked about there because you talked about. I said to think about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just have to.
We needed filler while you were gone.
Yeah. So, any beers you're looking forward to for next Friday? Like, are you going to be hunting down Bourbon County? Or are you looking for? I know each year me and Ty used to talk about like epic Big Bad Baptist stuff will come out and stuff. No, he can't really get it there now. I think it's something to store.
I wish.
So for us, for the Bourbon County thing, when Binny's puts up their signs, we know we can enter the drawing. Honestly, we don't really get a say in when or how or any of that. It's just kind of like, as soon as those signs appear, we know we can enter for it. We actually haven't gotten through our double stock from last year yet because he signed up and got the higher end box. I got the lower end box. So we still have a lot of that left actually, because you know, you need a special occasion to break one of those open. And honestly, well, you know, we've saved them a little too long, I guess. Either way, they do age well, so I'm not.
I was gonna say you can't save those too long at all. Hell, I still got a couple from 2015 or 14 maybe.
Right.
When they were in the 12-ounce bottles. You know what I mean? Like whatever year. I think it might have been the last year they did the 12-ounce bottles.
Yeah.
Still have like 3 out of a 4 pack of those left.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's a hoarder issue or that's just you don't want to drink them because you don't want to get rid of them because you'll never have it again. I don't know.
I prefer to think of it as a stockpiler issue rather than a hoarder issue.
Yeah,
I'm stockpiling for when I need it.
Right. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I like stockpiling better. It sounds productive.
Well, I've got several stockpiles of years of Bourbon County to go through then, so.
Well, then you've got it well in hand.
There you go.
It's just being a collector, right? So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some bottles here still I haven't gone through, but I probably got more Big Bad Baptist out of New Bourbon County. But that being said, you know,
Nobody likes a bragger, Rod. Nobody likes a bragger.
I've always said before, like I'm not a person that wait in line for stuff. I'm not going to line up. So it's kind of interesting to do a raffle for what you're doing, where you're at. Because some places do raffles. I do in Kentucky that place, but some places they just put them right out there. Like Jungle Gyms, it's like, hey, we're putting them out first come first serve. So people will come in and limit how many you can usually buy.
Ours is 100% raffle around here because, I mean, with Goose Island being in town, the demand is crazy because everybody knows Goose Island and everybody wants Goose Island. So the demand is nuts. We enter a raffle in order to get what we get. We lucked out last year where we both won, which was lovely. I don't know that that'll happen this year, but we'll try. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's just waiting and seeing for us.
Is that the way they've gone to now, or is that the way? That's not the way it always has been, is it?
It certainly was that way last year. The year before, we did not attempt to get the barrel age, so I don't have an answer for that.
I think maybe that's a COVID thing because we have, which Rod knows, John Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
So him and a couple of So I used to live down right around the corner from him. Him and a couple of our old neighbors. They used to drive up to Chicago on Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving, camp overnight in Chicago to wait in line to get Bourbon County because they would have different variant. You can get everything you wanted up there.
According to how last year worked, it was raffle.
Yeah,
I don't know about. Yeah.
Around here, it depends on where you go to. Some have one variant, and one store might have a different variant, so you have to go different multiple places.
Yeah.
I don't think they don't do that anymore, but they used to drive up there.
But honestly, I haven't seen anything on social media from them to specify what exactly they're doing, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose.
But I know it was at Benny's. Like various locations of Benny's used to go through together. And they'd come back with like a truckload of stuff.
I was looking online here. I was trying to see if there's other people. There's a few people coming out with Black Friday beers, of course. It's a big day, like in the brewing thing. But I think Goose Island is probably the biggest of the ones that people tend to hunt for. But
I got to be honest with you.
Because in our talking, we never came up with Goose Island. Neither of us said anything about Goose Island for them. we both have great examples, but not that one.
Yeah.
I don't even know what their variants are this year of those.
I put it on the Facebook page before. Let me see if I can take a look here real quick. I did it like when they announced it, so it was like a while back. Let's see if I can scroll to it here. But some of the people, like in Chicago, which I'm surprised, like now, get her on the list there. But some of the other social media people have got like stuff sent to them, so they kind of got a chance to check it out ahead of time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do stuff with the Chicago influencers every year to try to get them stuff.
We have a bar/restaurant over in Louisville that will do it on the day before, on next Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They'll have a deal where you can go in and I don't know what it costs, but they'll do like shots of Bourbon County, like the new ones, which I didn't know that was even legal to do that, but I didn't think it was supposed to come out until like, Black Friday.
Yeah. Well, they probably get stuff that they can't sell, but they're able to have people taste. Like, is that what they were doing? Like, kind of.
I don't know if they're doing tasters or like a 5-6 ounce pour or 8 ounce pour, whatever the deal is. I'm not sure what they do, and they sell like they also have like two or 3 years ago variants of it also for sale. Not like by the bottle, but on tap or whatever. So I always wondered how they actually do that, and it's like starts like.
Honestly, the last year the set that they had a Chicago specific one that was like there were ice cream trucks that used to go around Chicago ways back when I was younger, but they had this strawberry shortcake ice cream pop, like the Blue Bunny one now, but back then in a different company. They did one of their beers that was a Chicago-based specific strawberry shortcake stout, and it was freaking incredible. Like, it was amazing. So good.
Sounds good.
It was nuts. It was so delicious. It was dessert and cup, honestly. But I'm excited to see what they come out with this year. Honestly, I haven't looked as closely as I probably should have because, honestly, Halloween takes over my whole life. And the lead up and actual Halloween destroys me. And then I have to recoup and, like, regain my senses and figure out where the world is after that. So, yeah. Black Friday isn't my focus most of the time.
Let's see here. Oh, that's the wrong one.
And I can't show you a picture of our costumes because it has Chew in it, unfortunately. So
he's all careful about that. Yeah.
Well, there have been a couple videos where he slipped up, but it's not often, and people don't always recognize him, so it's okay.
All right, let's see here if I can pull it up. StreamYard and present, share screen. There we go.
I like how he explains the instructions because I can learn how to do that from him.
I try to help all I can, right? So here are the variants.
StreamYard, split screen. Okay.
So it is inside hook, so they've had all of them apparently. So why is this thing on the bottom? I don't get off my screen. So they kind of ranked them out. So number 7, they have the Bourbon County Stout Original.
Okay.
14.3 ABV. We all know the base version, right? So
right.
You got that coming out, and it's actually emptied from Heaven Hill, Four Roses, Wild Turkey, and Buffalo Trace. So depending on which one you get, you'll have one of those. Then they have number 6, the 2-year Barley Wine Reserve.
Oh.
Yeah, 17 ABV.
Yeah, that one sounds good.
So it doesn't drink like 17. Be careful. So it's going to drink less than what the ABV is. Aged for 2 whole years on 14, 16, and 17-year-old barrels from Old Fitzgerald's Bottled and Bond Decanter series.
Nice.
That'd
I guarantee
be nice.
That would be like $75 a bottle.
This is the beer market, Todd. I'm not gonna pay
No,
that much.
they had bottles last year for $60.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So that was ranked number 6. Number 5, they ranked the Bourbon County Sir Isaac's Stout, 13.9 ABV. Goussalas, you can see by Nabisco for infringement. Fig Newton cookies. I'm not a big Fig Newton person.
Me either.
Although some of the beers I can take, I pick up fig and I'm okay with it, but I don't eat the cookies.
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
you get that deep pitted fruit flavor, and then you get that cookie flavor on the back end. Like, it's lovely.
I'm going to go your word on that. 10,000 pounds of Black Mission figs to create this beer, and you can taste it. So if you're a fig fan or you want to get regular, this might be the one you want.
That would be a hard pass.
Number 4 is the 30th Anniversary Reserve Stout. So this comes in at 14.4.
Oh, my.
Collaboration between Goose Island, Gregor Hall, and Jim Beam's Booker No, and the first ever Bourbon County Stout, as well as launch of Jim Beam's first ever small batch bourbon collection. So interesting. 36% Booker's, 33 Knob Creek, 17 Basil Hayden, and 14 Baker's barrels. So a little bit of a mixture there. I do like some Basil Hayden. Nice and smooth with vanilla flavor, some nice warming effects, courtesy of the bourbon barrels. Okay. And then number 3 is the coffee stout, which I love a coffee stout.
Yeah, it's always so good.
13.2 ABV. Perhaps the most straightforward of the bunch. Turahami blend brewed with beans grown by female coffee farmers in Burundi.
Oh, Intelligentsia, their coffee, like I've actually brewed their coffee as a coffee, and it's so good. Intelligentsia does a lovely job. It's not too acidic. Lovely coffee.
Caramel, coffee tannin, some dark chocolate notes. If you're a fan of chocolate-covered espresso beans, and who isn't, you'll likely have a hard time putting this one down.
Sounds so good.
Oh, number 2 is the Proprietor Stout. And, but it's only Chicago-only release.
Oh, wow.
So, number 2 is only if you're in Chicago. But if you haven't been to the city, if you happen to be in the city, worth checking out. Pay homage to Chicago's cocktail scene by pulling inspiration from the Jungle Bird 1970 tiki cocktail, traditionally made with rum, Campari, pineapple juice, lime juice. Have you ever had that before, Val? There,
I have. I was at the 3 Dots and a Dash. It's one of those hidden bars in Chicago. So you walk down a creepy alley with no lights, but there's one purple light over a door that is nondescript. if you wait outside that door long enough, someone will open it and let you into this little tiki bar. And I have had the Jungle Bird there, but it took me about 35 minutes to get let in. So, but super fun. It was a delicious drink, and I love the idea of the recipe here. This is so fun.
Yeah, I see Jungle Bird. In my mind, I keep thinking Morris Day and the Time. I don't know why, but do the bird. Yeah. And Q Joe, the Beer Patrol, because it does have a coconut aroma. So he may be on the hunt for
there
that
you go.
one.
Yeah.
Well, if he can get a hold of it, I'm sure he'll love it.
Our buddy Joe loves coconut. And
Oh,
number
yeah.
one, the Biscotti Stout. Ooh, I love
Biscotti, ooh.
14.3%. Chocolate dip biscotti. All we can say is, "Hoo boy." When somebody says "Hoo boy," you kind of know I need to try that. I need to try it.
Yeah.
If you get a "Hoo boy," yeah. Can I get a "Hoo boy"? I didn't get a "Hoo boy" from that person. Can I get a "Hoo boy"? Yeah. Notes of anise, marzipan, and toffee. The anise comes strongly in the nose, so much as that I screwed really perfect nose, and my nose while tasting.
You don't see the word marzipan in a lot of beer descriptions. I'm kind of excited to check that one out, actually, because, marzipan is such an unusual flavor, so that would be cool.
Now, one thing that's interesting about this is the person said it was similar to 2020's Kentucky Fog Stout, and I've had a lot of people that I've seen that were not fans of the Fog Stout.
That's what I was going to say. I saw that. I was like,
because that was the tea. That was the tea one, yeah. But the idea of tossing, it's tossing one back Thursday. They're talking about tossing a biscotti into a blender. How's that? Can't work out any better than that, folks. I'm just saying. So, just blown away.
Is that a ranking of what they thought was?
That's what they ranked them themselves. They had number one, it's Biscotti Stout. Number two, as the proprietor stout. Number three is the coffee stout. Number 4, 30th anniversary. Number 5, the Sir Isaac Stout. Number 6 was the 2-year barley wine. Number 7 was the base version. So that's how they actually saw things fall out for this year.
I don't feel like the base version should automatically be like the bottom of the barrel.
Well, you're not surprised to see it like at number 7, right? Because it's just the base. You're not doing anything funky with it.
Sometimes the base is better than the variant. So you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and you always got to follow your palate too. So you may not.
That's true.
Like I said, that person said they liked it with the Kentucky Fog, and some people didn't like the Kentucky Fog.
But like you said, like the fog winner, everybody always didn't like it. So like, is it actually better than the base stout, or?
Yeah.
But the question is, who is ranking those? Is it someone who liked the fog? Is it someone who didn't like the fog? So you could argue one way or the other because everyone's palate is different. So it gets harder at that point.
I always take those rankings for what it's worth, because everybody's different, so you never know.
As much as we review beers, it's like, everyone tastes things just a smidge different. So it's hard to lock something in specific when,
One from day to day could be different because you might be in the mood for it that day, or the next day you might be like, it might hit
that's
you a little
true.
bit
Some days I want a stout. Some days if I have a stout, I will literally throw something at someone. Like it depends on your mood too, and your situation. Like what if you've been cold all day, if you've been warm all day, if you've been working all day, if you haven't, like. There's so many things that can factor into your personal preference for beer at any given time. And it makes it so difficult to really lock in what's the best,
Right.
Yeah. Agree. So not necessarily the Advent calendar, but Rochester Mills Beer 12 Days of Milkshake Stout is a fun 12-pack for Christmas.
Oh,
that'd be something to check out.
I don't know that I've had a milkshake stout. I've had milkshake IPAs, but I don't think I've had a milkshake stout.
Yeah, the Rochester beers, I've seen those, but I've heard they're not very good.
Question is to bring all the boys in the yard.
If not,
does it? If it not,
And they're like, hey, it's better than yours. So you
Right.
just have Oh.
Mallory, here's a little tip. If you go to the cellar on Harlem, small shop, they will have all Goose Island variants, my secret. So he's telling you this is a spot you want to write down.
Hold on. I gotta get the notebook going here. I'm on the wrong page. I didn't have the page.
Big Daddy giving the heads up for you.
So let's see.
The
Cellar on Harlem.
on Harlem. Yeah, small shop. Put that in your Yelp finder. Yeah.
Goose Island variants. Okay.
Yeah.
And give me one more second. That was Big Daddy Mojo gave us that tip. So fantastic.
The great guy that he is.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Big Daddy.
Thank you, Big Daddy. I will take you up on that 100%.
Yeah, you got to hook up Big Daddy's in Illinois too, Chicago. So
I know. I haven't met Big Daddy yet. I would love to, but I haven't gotten there yet. So hopefully I get to meet you at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
You can see what he looks like.
Have you met Dave from Beer Front at all yet, or?
I haven't met him in person. I've emailed with him a lot, but I haven't met him in person.
Yeah, he'd be another one good to connect there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say, good night, everyone. I have a lot of work to do tomorrow. Wish me luck. Oh, you're not golfing? You're not golfing? Is that what you're saying?
I
You are golfing. He is golfing.
Oh, it's above 55 and sunny.
What's the tea time? Like, what's the hard work? Sleeping so you get enough sleep in before the tea
11,
time?
11-ish.
Yeah.
His golf game must be freaking incredible. Like, honestly, he must have no, issue with golf.
I think he does 18 in an hour and a half or something like that. So he plays it well.
No, really?
Something like that.
I don't think nobody has to have their teeth pulled on a Friday or something, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
No cavities. No cavity Friday. That's what it is. No cavity Friday.
Dee Dee's living the life for sure. Big Daddy says secret game. Well, it's not like anybody watches the channel, Big Daddy, right? So, yeah.
Sorry. I had to say it out loud while I wrote it because I've had 2 beers. That's
Greg said he's lucky enough to go to prop day a while ago. They were giving away a bonus bottle in the lottery. Says, I got a 2014 proprietor stout. And the guy looked at me and said, you won the lottery. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, going there for something like that,
awesome.
Again, that is something up there along with Dark Lord Days out of Three Floyds would be something that is kind of on that to-do list before you die type thing, bucket list.
Yeah, I do want to go up there, and I've never been because I've heard it was just absolutely bonkers.
I heard it was chaos.
Drunkenness all over the place.
Todd, I am telling you, if you're going, me and Shu are hanging out with you and Channing. I'm not kidding about this. If this is the thing you're doing, we want to hang out with you.
Neither of you are that far from it, really.
I know, we're not that far.
It's probably closer to you than it is for us, but
physically closer, but we have to get through Chicago traffic. You have to go through, cornfields.
I mean, when I was in Cincinnati, I think it wasn't that far either.
It's probably halfway-ish. Time was.
But if you're going, you tell us. We'll meet you there. It'll be fun.
Oh, sweet. JT's 5 blocks away from Dave's. That's awesome. You guys get to hang out then. Hopefully you guys get to have some beer and stuff together. So. Nice. And then JT said 4 to DD. So, yeah. Keep them in the fairway.
All right, guys. I'm going to have to leave you for a minute, so you'll have to amuse yourselves for a second. Is that okay?
I don't know.
Am I allowed to say why? Restroom. But, yeah, I got to go.
Okay. So my nightcap is a thick mint right now that I'm drinking from Southern Tier. So that's the last one I just cracked open. Nitro thick mint. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, the last one I'm drinking is a.
Oh, I haven't had that one for Terrapin.
Oh, you haven't?
No, Luau.
It's pretty decent. It's not bad.
IPA.
Yeah, passion fruit, orange, guava IPA.
Yeah.
They say. Not bad.
And
it was in my fridge in the kitchen, so I was like, I didn't want to go downstairs to grab something, so I just grabbed it.
Yeah, Convenience works.
Yes, always.
So speaking of, I'll pull this up here too. So I actually finished the ones that I'm actually going to do, but for the people that are not familiar, talking about Dave, we got the Beer Front Awards. So this is about to actually be completed.
Actually, submit some of the things on there.
Well, you'd have to hurry up at this point because
I know.
Here's the awards, and he's going to actually have a live stream. I'll probably end up jumping on when he does it, but it'll be Tuesday, December 13th that he will do the live stream. We've done the judging on some of the ones we've had. These are all old school type beers, old school macros, or craft beers that have at least been 21 years old that most people can get access to. Now, some of them I couldn't get access to, so I'm not going to worry about it, but we'll actually be doing that. Here's the judges. You get the weekly beer show. You got myself. You got weekly beers. Wish You Were Beer show. He actually had there as well. Amethyst Hills, Ravani here. We got Stripe Seek Fine, Tap to Craft podcast. Lauren Carey, who does the Weird Al Yankovic podcast, which if you're a fan of Weird Al Yankovic or like to know about that kind of, she has a great thing. Their whole thing is all about Weird Al and doing stuff, so it's kind of crazy. Pretty funny. Hop Geek News. Got Grant here, who's up in Chicago. State of Hoppy, Bum Wine Bob. You gotta love that name, Bum Wine Bob. I mean, that's just perfect. Got Brian. So a lot of good people here that actually provided their feedback. And of course, Shalonda, Afro Beer Chick, who's been on the channel here a few times. All added different things for the different beers we're actually judging. We got Mal here, as you can see, in Perfectly Me Crafts as well for the judging. As also, there's Todd, which Todd has to get his things in, but Todd is here, and Todd's just chilling with the Julius logo.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah,
I just keep forgetting to actually submit the form or add to it.
Yeah, and of course there's Dave as well. So great guy, Chicago. And we were taking a look at all the different beers, and the beers we're looking at for this year, macro category, Blue Moon, Budweiser, Busch Coors. You guys can read all of this here. And then the craft beers over 21, we have the ones here as well. And so I've already rated out the ones I could actually get my hands on, and some fun stuff. So if you haven't
I
checked
haven't
out,
been able to get a hold of Lone Star or Stroh's yet, so those ones I'm still looking for. But there's definitely a few that I haven't been able to get a hold of so far.
yeah, there's some I haven't gotten. I had Lone Star years ago, but I didn't rate it out because it was so long since I've had it. I actually have a Leinenkugel spot here and try to go in and get Leinenkugel. They say they can't offer it here. It's only offered up in where they're at. Where Leinenkugel is what, Minnesota? Wisconsin.
It's Wisconsin.
It's only in Wisconsin. I'm like, wait a minute, but you're a Leinenkugel spot and you don't have Leinenkugel? And they're like, yeah, they won't let us say it. We've asked for it numerous times. They won't give it to us. But you're a Leinenkugel spot. Like,
wait, what do you mean? You can't get it outside of Wisconsin.
They don't allow anybody to have it outside of Wisconsin. So even though I'm in Baltimore,
just that beer itself, or Leinenkugel?
Yeah, just the actual Leinenkugel itself. Even though I'm at a Leinenkugel Lenny Lodge, as it's called.
The Lenny Lodge is super fun.
They would not give them the Leinenkugel, even though it's like, it's your company. How do you not have it here? It's just, they won't let them do it.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chu and I will have to take a trip up to, Waukegan Kenosha or something and hit up some of the Wisconsin ones, because honestly, they don't actually get them to Illinois as often as you would think either. So we've had a rough time finding a couple of them.
Yeah.
Definitely been an issue. So yeah, we'll do a quick trip up to Wisconsin when it's not freaking snowing, because it's been snowing for like 3 days now. It's all like flurries, but it's not like terrible. But I still don't want to drive far just in case, that kind of thing.
Well, you get the snow and you get the lake effect and all that together. It's just a mess. So yeah.
Oh no, we are lucky enough to be on this side of the lake effect. Honestly, Michigan gets that lake effect a lot worse than we do. Indiana gets it a lot worse than we do.
Yeah.
But still, I get skittish on the roads, and besides that, my rear tires really need to be replaced. You can almost see the metal underneath.
You don't want that.
So, well, I'm aware. I've worked for a truck and trailer repair facility. I know the problems with tires. I'm 100% on board. But yeah, I really just got to pay for some tires, and I just don't want to. To be fair, I just don't want to pay for tires.
That's a hard pill to swallow. For sure.
It is. It is.
Like,
I know they're important.
Now it's like, you know what beers are coming out this week? Do I really need tires right now? I mean, because I got all these other beers.
Exactly. Precisely. I'm glad you understand.
Put that on the back burner. Who needs tires?
But no, the rear tires, we need new tires to replace the rear ones. Those go on the front. The ones that are on the front go to the back. We will survive the winter barely because those ones are a little rough too, but it's okay. It's a front wheel drive. It'll be fun. But yeah, so I'm aware of the costs coming up.
The fun thing about working from home, I don't have to really go anywhere. But I go out to the grocery store or stuff like that. It's kind of like, I don't have to worry about going for a lot of stuff, which is kind of great. Saves on gas too, which gas prices are down. I've noticed that they are coming down.
So I thought about the working from home thing. That was something I contemplated. However, right now I've gotten 2 different jobs at 2 different breweries, and I'm learning how breweries work, which I think is actually going to improve our videos a lot because I'm getting kind of an inside view on how breweries run.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, because our breweries our videos are brewery tours. Like it's, hey, this is what the brewery offers you. Come see this brewery. So I have taken on some part-time jobs to improve our videos.
No, that's great that you're doing that because, for me, when I did stuff on the chat, like going out, and when I was in Cincinnati, I had a really good connection there with Mad Tree Brewing and also Rhine Guys. So we'll go on tours and stuff, go behind the scenes and see how they're actually brewing stuff. That's great knowledge that you're able to actually learn and then also be able to share stuff too, which is awesome.
Now, speaking of which, I know I've spoken to both of you at one point or another about the possible kind of get-together that's happening in Chicago next year for brewtubers who are beer people. Chu and I are hunting down spots for this to happen. Just a heads up, before the end of the month, I'll be putting up some information if you're interested in, I don't know, coming to Chicago, spending, $300 or so just to have a place to stay. But we'll be getting a bunch of the breweries involved and having them kind of, because I've talked to several breweries who are interested in helping out brewtubers and just kind of showing them their wares and whatnot. So it could be kind of fun. Something for July for next year, July 21st through the 24th. We're looking at a three-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But something to think about for the future if you're interested. Just to check out the Chicago beer scene, because we would love to have a lot of folks who are interested in checking it out. And
well, I mean, keep me posted for sure.
I will be posting, because now we have a community page, because we weren't allowed a community page until recently. Now we have a community page, so I will be posting a lot of stuff, just letting folks know the general cost of, just the stay and everything. But I will also be doing welcome baskets with handcrafted goods, because you know me and I'm stupid and I have to make everything by hand.
You're crafting? You're crafting? Is that what you're doing?
I will be crafting for the folks who come, for sure. But yeah, it'll be super fun for the BrewTubers who are interested in checking out the Chicago beer scene. I am 100% on board. We are going to get us a space, and we are going to check out some fun places. So any BrewTubers who are watching, yes, pay attention because that's going to be fun.
Wait, I'm not technically a BrewTuber, so do I count though?
You come on.
You're an affiliate.
And you talk about beer. Don't give me that.
Yeah.
I know you're a BrewTuber. Don't give me that.
No,
So
we're just down the road.
It's just big the Rod and Todd show.
but based on the spaces we found available, we'll probably charge by the bed. So if you're bringing a spouse, that's all good. But we're charging by the bed for this one. So it's going to be super good. It's going to be super fun because I know a couple other folks have shown interest in bringing a spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Which us being a spousal channel has opened that up. But we are going to figure out a way to make it work for everyone who's interested. So, yeah. Something to think about it today.
That'd be cool.
Big Daddy was saying shit
like I said, July 21st through the 24th.
He was saying shit about telling where to... Like, everybody's going to know anywhere else to go for the Goose Island. I'm not going to tell anybody else.
Well, there's a couple things. When the whole group gets together, it is a requirement that one of the nights we do a drinking game of some sort.
Dumper. No, just joking.
There are several different drinking games that we can do. Many of them will be filmed, so keep that in mind, but it'll be super fun for all involved. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this a lot.
I feel like, can we do like if Joe Biden's talking, just watch Joe Biden every time he says, folks, we'll drink. I'm sure we'll be lit by the end of the night.
20 seconds.
So last year we did this at Brian the Beer Snub's house. He actually opened up his home to the BrewTubers who were coming down to Atlanta. So he had several spare bedrooms and it worked out well. But we definitely were playing a drinking game and everyone else had, the normal beer that you would have in a drinking game. I was doing a Kentucky bourbon one.
Not for a drinking game.
It was super fun. I had a lovely time.
Anyway, right?
Huh?
From what you remember anyway, right?
Oh, that's the fun thing. I remember all of it. My tolerance is ridiculously high, actually. As terrible as that sounds. Yeah, we had so much. It was me and Brian the Beer Snob and Beer Day with TK and Shane's Crap Beer Reviews.
Oh, Shane came out. Nice.
So those three have already said they're interested. I know Brian wants to bring his neighbor, Ray, who has been in on several of his videos. So hopefully he'll be coming as well. The Alkanauts have been interested. Nutmeg to Palmetto has been interested. We've had several that have been like, oh yeah, let us know. So I am just at the point where I'm about to release all that info. Like, here's the dates. If we have this many people, it'll be this much. If we have this many people, it'll be this much. And just kind of throw out some numbers so people can start to think if maybe they'd want to come and check out the beer scene. Because honestly, Chu and I would be really great guides for a lot of folks who want to come to Chicago.
Nice.
Chi-town. Good beers in Chicago. So.
Sounds good, yeah.
I mean, Off Color, Hot Butcher, you got to think what's in the mix here. Goose Island, of course. Revolution. What's the other one I'm forgetting?
You don't say Dovetail. JT's going to be pissed at you.
Oh, Dovetail is freaking ridiculous. Their tap room is ridiculously tiny, so I might have to reach out to them in advance just because the tap room's so small. But yeah, I can make that work. So
they still got, was it Seven Rabbits up there? Is that who it is? Who's the
Seven Rabbits?
Let me take a look here.
That is not ringing a bell.
It was from years ago.
Yeah, that does sound familiar, but I'm not sure that actually
Maybe that wasn't. Maybe it's the 7 Rabbit.
Now there was a rabbit cerveceria that was here for a while, but they're not here anymore.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
There was the 7 Rabbits because they were down here, like
in their launch of beer. So I don't know if they ever took off or
And
not.
down by Kankakee, there's a place called Rabid with the D at the end.
5 Rabbit, maybe. 5 Rabbit, Cerveceria, Bedford Park, Illinois. Yeah,
they didn't survive.
Rabbit. So they're out now. Like they're not there anymore.
So we were going there for a filming for Cinco de Mayo. We drove out there for Cinco de Mayo to check them out and see if we wanted to do a filming there, and they were closed. So I'm not sure if they're moving to another location, but honestly, their website, their Facebook, their Instagram, nothing said they were closing.
No, I see people.
They were 100% closed.
I see people drinking their beers on tap like in the last few hours. So
they might still be canning and distributing.
Maybe. I remember this from years ago. 5 Rabbit being there up in Illinois.
But that place, I wanted to check out. I was super excited because they paired their food.
It's like the first Latino brewery. It's like the first Latino brewery in that area.
Yeah, exactly. And I was super excited to check it out. But when we went there, it was a Saturday, and they were closed. So I don't know.
I mean, the pandemic shifted a lot of stuff. I mean, this was pre-pandemic when I knew them, so they may have been just doing canning or something now.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what they're up to, but when I went to their location, which was literally middle of nowhere, oh my gosh, it was not open.
Making this humor. First thing I did was drunk was light a fart and loose chest hairs and rolled up my stomach toward my face. I don't know how Mick even puts some of the stuff in his head that he puts out there, but it's hilarious. Sierra Nevada Celebration IPA, one of my favorites. Yeah, it's a great beer. It's actually one of the. I haven't gone through that whole book, but I have that 1,001 beers you must drink before you die, and that's one of the beers listed there.
Now, when was that published?
The 1,001 beers. Well, the one that I got was probably 2015. They've done an update, I think, to it since then. But yeah.
Well, they would have to, I assume.
In the craft beer world, how would you do something like that? It's just
it's impossible.
It's so evolving. It changes all the time. So
honestly, unless people live on the, I'm blanking. All the awards for all the craft beers. Unless people live on that, I can't think of another way to do that.
Yeah, that's something. It's like when you see those lists and they this is the best 100 beers in the country or the world or whatever. It's how can you make that list unless you've had every beer? You've never had every beer to even make that list, right? These are the best you've tasted.
Right.
But I know a place down the street in the back off an alley that has a beer better than the one you listed on here. It's just, yeah.
Jay, take a second. He's saying he can't figure out the logistics of that. You need to skip back to Mick T's about the lighting a fart because he can't figure out the logistics of this. How do you light a fart and lose your chest hair in your beer? I love it.
Budget beer for a seed, yeah. Email. I hate buying tires so expensive. Yeah, I actually had a tire one time that was bad. And it was I wonder if the warranty. They always say the warranty are we'll cover this and that. And I actually was one of the Yokohama ones or whatever like that and everything. I went online and it was actually covered because it was if something happened a nail in the road or whatever like that, they covered it for it. They're I got a free tire out of it.
You managed to use a warranty? That's so exciting.
I'm going to throw that into the Rod J deals column. I just find shit that works.
That's what it was. They're this is Rod J. Okay, here, you get a free tire. Exchange it.
Love it.
Most of the time they don't, but it was just the guy was I don't know if that does it. I checked online. They said, well, let's check it out. They checked it out. Like, oh, yeah, you're covered for it. He didn't even know what the deal at the tire discounters or whatever.
You bought that tire at Jungle Jim, didn't you?
I just know a guy. I know a guy. So,
right.
Yeah.
You know a guy. Twice in a circle.
Everything from Jungle Gyms is worth it, right?
Free tire, man. Free tire. Cheese curds with more brewing is the best. I have cheese curds.
100% yes. 100%.
I feel like the only time I get cheese curds now, though, is when I have a poutine. Do you have them outside of a poutine anymore? Like,
oh, I just get fried cheese curds as a whole plate. That is my entire meal right there. Done.
I can do that too. I can do that too. Just a plate.
The JT's thing makes it look down and thrust.
Wait, is that how the fire?
That's how the whole flame came up. Yeah. It's like a bad episode of Home Alone or something. Like, how does that happen? Oh man, crazy. No, but it's kind of weird. Like I said, it's weird. Next week is Thanksgiving as we're going through the year. I got to figure out, one thing I was gonna say. I don't know if you're doing on your channel like a top. Are you doing like a top list? Because I don't really like lists. I don't like rankings as much because I did a video about rankings and they don't really matter as much unless you know a lot of stuff. But then it's like people are like, well, what's your top beers for this year? Which are like, I don't know if I'm gonna do a list or not. I mean, what are you doing? You got anything you got going on?
So we're not going to do a ranking just because we are focused more on tourism rather than reviews. That's not really our genre. But we are hoping, and this is hoping in quotes, we want to do a shout out to some of the best breweries we've seen this year. Not necessarily ranking them, but just saying, hey, this one rocked your socks for this reason, this reason, this reason, and kind of just showing that.
That's good.
Not being specific on who's better than whom necessarily. Then we are doing, I'm hoping, because last Thanksgiving we did, there was a shout out relay that went around last Thanksgiving. I think we were going to do a shout out relay just for people online, like YouTubers that are doing cool things. So we'll do that. We're going to do kind of a end of the year wrap up saying, hey, these ones were amazing. You got to check them out. And then, yeah, I think that's what we have planned at the moment.
I think it's not a bad way to do it. It's kind of like give some of your favorites from the year or stuff like that, rather than trying to list and rank them out and stuff like that. Plus, like you said, you can't. You haven't had all the different stuff out there, so there were some things that definitely stand out more than others.
Well, for example, like some breweries had the best beer, but some breweries had the best space, and some breweries had the best atmosphere, and some breweries had the best, like games, like the things that you could do while you were there, and like it kind of varies. So to lock them all into one category is just impossible. So just saying, hey, these ones rocked your socks, you've got to check them out, is kind of our MO at the moment.
Yeah, for different reasons, for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's good.
For example, what in Baraboo, Wisconsin, Al Ringling, Ringling Brothers Circus, right? Al Ringling, his mansion that he lived in Baraboo, Wisconsin, has been turned into a brewery. The place is supposedly haunted by 30 ghosts. The beer is excellent. The space is freaking incredible. It was amazing. We had such a good time there. Then the Weston Brewing Company in Weston, Missouri, they had, so the guy started it in the 1800s, German guy, and he dug out his own lagering caves, his own shovel, his own back-breaking work. He dug out his lagering caves. Now, because they don't need the lagering caves, they've turned it into a bar. continuation of the brewery below ground.
Below ground.
So,
Nice.
so it was 99 degrees when we went to visit there. You go down into the lagering caves. I had to go back up to the car and get a sweater. I was cold. It was 55 degrees down there. They had live music. They had the taps. They had everything. It was so wonderful. And to be able to share that with more people is even more special to me.
I remember you about those two when you came here, when he was passing through. That was amazing.
It was so much fun, and just seeing the places and what they're doing and what they're trying to accomplish and how they're going about it. It's so neat. Just getting a chance to tell people, hey, this place is trying to do this. Let's check them out. Like, how neat is that? And on our trip, the whole way around, I was on Instagram, I was on YouTube, I was on Facebook saying, hey, we're headed to the St. Louis area next. Where should we go? And people would message us saying, hey, go to this brewery, go to this brewery. It changed our whole itinerary for our trip.
Right.
Because they were like, hey, check this place out. You'll love it. And that's what we did. And it was so much fun. We never would have found half of these breweries if we didn't have the people watching. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to be able to do that. And got to experience other things you would have experienced. So, yeah.
I know.
Nice.
Exactly. And we've loved every second of it. And I'm so excited. Any chance we get to shout out any place that we've seen that has been super fantastic, we always try to do it. So Thanksgiving and Christmas is the time for sharing. This is that time. And you get this chance to like try to help someone else, even if they're not asking for your help, they don't know who you are. Because honestly, several of these breweries have no idea who we are, which is totally fine. I don't mind. We only have like 350 on YouTube. I know, but I am going to do my best because they're doing their best every day. Like, how cool is that? I don't know.
Pretty cool.
You
can't worry about who you got. I mean, your passion comes through with the stuff you're doing, and all that other stuff will come later. So just keep having fun with it. So
we will. I mean, we were going to all these breweries anyway. We just decided to film it on a whim because we saw a couple of breweries that we loved not make it through COVID.
Yeah.
And we didn't want any others to die out on us because we loved them. We cared about them.
Right.
We wanted to go back there and we can't. And it's sad. So, yeah, we do everything we can to make sure the places that we visit that we love. I will be fair in my description in the fact that if we go to a place that we don't love, we don't film it. That is true. We are selective on our filming. We don't just randomly do things, but if we love something, we want people to know about it. We care, and we want it to keep going. So, I don't know. That's just kind of what we do. And for Thanksgiving and Christmas, this is the time of giving. And I feel very strongly about giving back to the places that have given us so much joy.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. I'll get off my soapbox now. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Too much.
Keep telling the stories for sure.
I just get excited and I can't help it.
Nothing wrong with that. Mick was talking about 3-foot carved piece of coffee table of an oddball. That would be an odd thing for sure.
Yeah.
Can I get one of those?
I thought one would be standing bent over, reaching back to light a fart, not sitting in the easy chair. JT, do not encourage Mick. JT, do not encourage Mick T. What is up with the people with the T?
James, chill.
Always sin, yeah. No, it was keep doing what you're doing, keep telling those stories and sharing that stuff. That's all excellent. You're doing a great job doing that. So
We're having a blast.
It's always having fun having you on here and having Chew run in and out, giving you beers and stuff. So
he sneaks in on occasion.
But no, that's all good there. Mick said it's on his Instagram. So if you're on McT's Instagram, I guess the 3-foot penis.
Wait, the 3-foot penises or him lighting his fart that lit his chest hair and his beard on fire? Which one?
Probably both. Probably both. It's no one or the other. It's both.
I would probably go with the penis, but I wouldn't doubt the other one either. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I need to know which one I'm going to see if I go to your Instagram.
Probably the penis.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. There's really no telling with Mick. I mean, you'll find all kinds of stuff there when you go to see his stuff there. So I think with that, we'll go ahead and get up out of here. It's 11:39 in the East, 10:39 for Mal. So she's an hour behind us. So she's not even into 11 o'clock hour yet.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
I'm youngin'.
But no, great to have everybody on. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend upcoming. And like I said, next Thursday night, it won't be if I am live, it won't be the toss one back Thursday because it'll be basically Thanksgiving. It'll be a holiday, but we may pop on here. Todd's got some time. I may have some time, depending how fat I feel after the Brazilian steakhouse. I mean,
you'll sweat it all out. You'll be good, Rod. You'll be good.
I'm going to be in there like Arby's with, we've got the meat, like kind of just keep bring it.
Just the neon sign over the head.
Yeah. I'm talking about these guys might get cramps carving the meat off the damn thing for me. I'm like, I didn't say go anywhere. Keep cutting.
My card says green.
My card's green. I'm here for the long haul, son. Keep it coming. Filet mignon, keep it coming, son. Like, don't even touch the buffet bar. That's what he gets you, the buffet in the waters. Pace yourself. Don't get filled up on the other stuff. You're there for the meat. You are there.
Well, no
for
potatoes,
the meat.
no rolls.
It's like Beastie Boys sabotage. Don't try to give me that other stuff. I know what I'm here for.
Right.
I was like Robert Downey and Tropic Thunder. I know who I am.
Don't start with that cheap shit first. Bring out the expensive stuff. Yeah. Straight to the top.
What is that? Chicken breast?
Yeah.
Yes. But no, hopefully everybody has a great Thanksgiving week upcoming. And JT say y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Well,
no.
I'm going to Brazilian Steakhouse. So you already know I'm going to be dominating the Brazilian Steakhouse. I'm going to be like coming in like, in this corner we have. What's that show? Man
versus Food.
Yeah, that's going down next Thursday night. Night. Yeah.
I think that's all of us because I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Let's see what you got. Cheers to you as well, Greg. Thanks for hanging in and appreciate you being here as well. And Francis, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, so maybe back next Thursday for a live, but it might just be kind of kickback type thing if people want to come in and talk about their holiday shenanigans or to escape their in-laws or something like that,
Nice.
We'll have a safe space for people to come in.
Yeah, there you go. Safe space.
Somebody come in. Have you ever heard of vinegar pie? That's what they're serving in the other room.
You don't understand. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I know the name is terrible. You gotta try it. It's so good.
Let's make one for next week.
If I ever come visit you, I will make vinegar pie.
Vinegar pie, yeah. You mean apple pie? Lemon meringue pie? No.
You laugh because you think I'm joking. I will come to your house and I will make a vinegar pie. I'm not even kidding. You have to experience this to understand. It's so good.
That makes me think of, I didn't even say, never mind.
Go Greenies.
Any of you, look up the recipes. It's delicious.
Not the greenies that Mickey Mantle took, but the greenies of Tulane, I believe. There, JT.
Oh, I thought it was the greenies, like the little dog treats.
Like the greenies that they used to take in baseball to stay up all night.
It's the dog treats.
Yeah. Yeah. So, thanks for everybody tuned in. We'll go ahead and get signed off here, and look forward to catching up with you guys. If not next week, the week after, or somewhere in between. I got more reviews coming out this week. I dropped one from Spellbound earlier today. Got another one dropping tomorrow, and I'll have some more stuff this weekend to drop over the next week. Some good beers, lots of beers. And for those of you who didn't see me at the Beer Fest, lots of shorts I dropped out there. And yes, I was asked. I did get fucking hammered. There were some pretty good beers. And there were definitely some high ABVs.
You do a Beer Fest.
Yeah, but you didn't. At least you didn't try to jump like a ditch or anything and fall.
I didn't try to climb a wall this time or anything like that, but it was two things I always tell people I didn't do. It was on my part. Drink water, hydrate, and eat food. But when you're in the mix of things, I'm meeting people, I'm drinking, I'm going. I was like, I just didn't eat. I was near the place where you can eat. I just didn't eat.
Secondary.
Yeah, but then it hit me at some point. But at least I was home when it hit me, so it was just like. But lots of good beers. So I mean, Baltimore, I'm going to put it in a lower tier to what Cincinnati is for the beer and stuff like that. But they got decent beers here, so I'm finding some pretty good stuff. Meeting some of the breweries, I've connected with some of the brewers, so I'll be sharing some stuff around Baltimore and Maryland. I was invited out to a couple places already to come check out stuff. So I'll have some of that stuff coming up here in the next few months. But it's just finding the time. It's tough. It's Mal knows when you work jobs and you got to go out and do the beer. It's your hobby. Yep. It's tough having YouTube and doing that. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, if I would hit the Powerball, it would have been a lot easier. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Somebody out in California got that son of a bitch.
Yeah, no one that we know hit that Powerball.
Yeah,
and he's probably broke already. So,
well, apparently the one in California was at a pretty good, well-to-do area. So I'm like, oh yeah, so a rich person won out there. That's right. That fucking sucks. But yeah, But c'est la vie. I still keep the grind going. I still keep bringing you guys all the good beer stuff that I can bring you, and stay tuned for the good things. Again, BeerInFrontAwards.com. If you haven't checked out Dave's site, that's where we'll have the contest there. And Dave will be doing a live stream. I don't know if you're going to be on there, Mal, or not. If you talk to him about that, but I'll probably be on there with him as well.
He hasn't messaged me, but I will see about it for sure.
Yeah, because I think he's going to have a few people in there for the live stream and stuff when they do this thing.
It depends on what day. Now I work with breweries, so I'm stuck every weekend. Honestly, I'm booked on weekends.
I'm stuck. I'm at a brewery.
Sell beer.
Yeah, right.
I'm stuck here with a place with beer. Imagine
somebody
that.
has to do it,
I do get a 25% discount from both, and I'm enjoying that a lot right now.
No, that's awesome that you're actually involved there as well. So
it's wonderful.
A lot of good stuff upcoming to the channel. If you guys haven't followed me on Facebook, Instagram, and all that kind of stuff, make sure you follow me there, because Facebook and Twitter have gotten a lot of response lately because I've been sharing a lot of beer news on those channels. So I don't have time to always do the videos on stuff. So I put a lot of the links to stuff. So if you want to keep up in the beer community, make sure to check those out. And then, Mal, you got anything you want to share from your stuff?
Just shout out relays and Thanksgiving. We're super grateful to a lot of folks. We're going to be letting people know.
There you go. So check out Imperfectly Me Crafts. A lot of good stuff there too. I think I'm done talking right now. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off and get us on up out of here. And do we sign off with one of our pals, or do we I know we'll sign off with. And here we
Is it going to be that kid again? Because he was funny.
You did like the kid. That's true. You
yeah,
like the kid there.
It is good.
I'm not going to do the kid,
though. I'm good.
Kid Chris, maybe?
Well, I was looking for something else, but I don't think I have it here. So, to your point, which one's it going to be?
Yeah, is Rick there, please?
Yes, it is.
There have been many times you and I have gone round and round, and we've bled the same blood in the same muds. But this time it's all about business, Jack.
Oh, let's do it.
You and I, Friday night, Daddy, at the Fulton County Stadium. The Great American Bear. Dusty rides on the edge of a lightning bolt with a silver saddle, Daddy. Now you come on down there with your limousine And your horsemen, bring your A game. Yeah, is Rick there, please?
This is.
It's time for you to meet your maker in the American dream. Dusty Rhodes is up for the challenge.
I think the American dream's barking up the wrong tree.
We'll see if your blood is as red as mine, Mr. Flares.
We will find out indeed, sir.
That's right, find it out in Flint. You a yellow dog, you hung your phone up on me.
May I take a message?
Yes, tell him this is Big Dust, the American dream.
Big Dust, the American dream?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a friend of his?
More of a nemesis, I guess you could say.
Are you Bob Klepak's friend?
I do not know who this Klepak fella is. All I know is that the other night, when Rick hit me from behind, I saw where the line was drawn, and now... Friday night at Starcade! Myself! Hey! Where did you go, baby dog? That bicycle! He's got a bicycle!